Good evening to everyone. I don't know if anybody is here. So today we'll have the 7th Congressional District special election. This will replace Mark Green, the incumbent representative from Tennessee's 7th Congressional District. Okay, and this will be a very important election because Trump has a very, very slim majority. And this, a bad result tonight, which means that the Democrats might win tonight, that'll mean that the Republicans will have a lot of difficulties in Congress to pass legislation, and especially because the majority is so small right now. Okay, so this will be really the key question right now, and we'll get results in about 15 minutes. We expect results to be fast because we got a lot of early vote. Okay, and early vote ended last Wednesday, and we got today's vote as well, but it will be like 50,000 today's vote and around 84,000 early vote, as you can see right here. The Democrats won I'm sorry, we don't know if the Democrats or Republicans won because we don't have party registration data, unfortunately. But we do have the number by county in terms of turnout, and we know that the Democrats the Democratic county, Davidson County, which is a little part of Nashville, voted in bigger numbers than the other counties. It was the biggest county, as you can see here, with more than 20,000 votes casted in the early vote. It was expected because it's a Democratic county, and I mean, it should be, the Democrats usually vote earlier than the Republicans. So the second biggest county is, of course, is right here. It's not Williamson. It's another one. It's here, Montgomery County, which is a little bit of a suburban county. It's usually the county that votes with the state as a whole, and that is very important county for the Republicans to carry because this usually represents the state and also the dynamics in the suburbs, and especially with college degree people. And we also have, this is the 2024 numbers, Williamson County, which is also a very important county in this district, and it is the third biggest, it's the college educated county in the state of Tennessee, and it's one of the biggest in terms of, it is one of the terms in wealthiest counties in the United States of America. So it's actually really important, okay? And that's why we should keep an eye on that, because the Republicans won with 32 points, I'm seeing Mark Green, in 2024, and in less than a year, more than a year, because the election was on November 5th, and we really need to look about the county. Also, the turnout in Davidson County will be key. Today's turnout, we don't have that numbers, which is unfortunate, but it will be very important to watch, because turnout in Davidson County, which is the biggest turnout center for the Democratic Party, is the city of Nashville. The Republicans split Nashville in three to get a little bit more of their own districts. It used to be a Democratic district around Nashville. John Cooper or Roy Cooper, some people, some person named like that. I'm not so sure about the name. Used to represent Davidson County, Nashville, and now it is split in three, so the Republicans could have a bigger number, in this case, another nominee, another representative. So, and now you also have the very rural part of the district, which the Republicans got 80% plus in many of the counties. And this one is the county I was talking about, Montgomery County. It was the county that voted more in 2024 with more than 77,000, slightly more than Davidson County, which is Nashville. But this time, we should expect that Nashville will be the biggest county in terms of turnout. And this is very interesting because we expect huge black turnout in Nashville. It is a Democratic area, but this portion of Nashville, it's represented by the 7th Congressional District. It is the most Democratic. It is the most black. So we should expect a lot of turnout if they're actually going to do something tonight. We're also going to have a Jersey City mayoral runoff election. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. But we'll just see and keep attention because the polls will also close at 8 p.m. Eastern time or 7 p.m. Central time if you are from Tennessee. So we expect around 170,000 votes. This is the projection from NBC News, okay? They're projecting 170,000 votes, and Steve Kornacki is saying about what to watch in the Tennessees tonight. I mean, I already told you, it's about suburbs in Montgomery County, it's about college degree and the wealthiest countries in the United States, United States of America, Williamson County, and also black turnout in Davidson County, and if turnout is down in many of these rural counties. Of course, turnout will be down, is going to be down everywhere, but we need to know by how much, and that'll be very important. Okay, so I'm going to do just a quick rate of about 2 minutes. I'll be back about 5 minutes, I would say, and we'll be back in about, I would say 5 minutes from now when the polls are almost about to close. So we'll see you. So I'm back now, and we are only 5 minutes away from polls closing. Okay, it's this very hottest contest here in Tennessee. We expect to be a very competitive race. Okay, and it'll be amazing, and I suspect the Democrats will be at least in a better place than they are today, because even though they might lose the race, and I expect ultimately the Democrats to lose this congressional district race tonight because it's still very Republican, even though you can argue that the Democrats are in a better place than Republicans in terms of enthusiasm. And I have a video in the channel about enthusiasm, why is this so important, because Mandani won in New York City because of enthusiasm, and you also have the other massive wins for the Democrats in New Jersey with Mikey Sherrill, and also in Virginia with Abigail Spanberger. Those were two big wins for the Democrats, and they were actually very happy with those results. And I mean, if we do see here it's a swing of 10 points, the Republicans will be will be winning the seat by about 9 to 10. But if you can actually see a swing of 20 something, like in Florida we saw earlier this year, we might see a little bit more competitive race of even the Democrats actually winning this. I don't expect the Democrats to win this because this is so a heavy Republican district. Tennessee is so heavy Republican state. You only have the only portion that the Democrats have in Tennessee is in Memphis. Okay, Memphis, which is the other city in Nashville, the other big city in Nashville. I'm sorry, I'm just zooming in this in the wrong way. Is here. They have this district, which is very democratic, as you can see here, 71% to 26%. And then you have the Nashville split in 3, as I mentioned before. And you have, this one is slightly more competitive, the 5th. And then you have the 7th, which is the district we're seeing today, 60 for the Republicans and 38 for the Democrats. So we don't expect this to be competitive. That's really the question. This is not expected to be competitive. So why is it competitive? It's because the Republicans, and I would say Trump personally, have been not doing a so great job as he's wants to say all the time, because the majority is not big. It's 220 to 215. If he loses tonight, it will be 219 to 216, and if he loses again, it will be 218 to 217, and that will be the closest margin possible for the Democrats to actually have something, to the Republicans to actually have a majority. So this is not a great spot to be as president, because you could actually have only 2 more special elections that the Democrats might win against the Republicans, and the majority is gone, literally gone, because the right now the situation is not great for the Republicans, even though yes, they have the White House, they have the Supreme Court, they have the House, they have the Senate, they have most of the governorships. Yes, but everything can go out next year. I don't think the Senate is possible, to be honest, because right now the Democrats, in order to win the Senate, they need to win Ohio, they need to win Texas, or I think it's Texas and Ohio. They need to win both, or Iowa. And even winning Maine, which is not easy because Susan Collins, many Republicans don't like her, but she's actually a very great incumbent, at least to win in Maine, okay? And this early vote data showed to me a very simple thing. It's not enough for the Democrats to win, because even though Davidson County actually beat the turnout as the biggest in terms of population, in terms of turnout, it was not enough to be much bigger than Montgomery, which is the suburban. So we don't know if these are Republicans or Democrats voting. We should have known this, because it will be better to make some models. Of course, I have my model predicting the Republicans will win by 8, 9. That's my prediction. I could fail, and I could fail miserably, which means the Democrats might win, and I'm just predicting the wrong things. And I'm sorry for that if that happens. But it will be very interesting to watch. I'm sorry, let me just do something here. It will be very interesting, really, to watch this election. Also, I do have here the Jersey City mayoral. I also think we have something in South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, but that doesn't matter. To be honest, it's not a bigger election. This is also not as big as many, but it could be big because the majority is so small. Because if that wasn't true, the majority really having 1 or 2 or 3 less seats doesn't really matter, but in this case it does. Now we're only 55 seconds until polls close. We were almost there, and I suspect this will be, I would say, fast, because most of the votes are already casted, because I think 70 or 60% of the votes are already casted early votes, okay? And I think it's easy to count because those are already counted. I think I don't know if whether they can start yesterday or yeah, even today. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know the laws in Tennessee, but in most states they can start in election day counting everything. And I think 80,000 votes, not a lot. And we have 200 and something police stations, 219 or so. It's you have here 5 here, 8 here, 57. It will be crucial to watch also whether it's election day or early vote, because the early vote tends to be more democratic. Now we only have 7 seconds until polls close. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the polls have now closed. It's 1 a.m. UTC, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time, it's 7 p.m. Central time, and now we'll be good to go. Okay, now we're just waiting for the first results, and we'll see whether the Democrats can actually do this. Okay, we're gonna have the needle. The needle is back in the New York Times, so we're gonna actually have it. And they have here 3 counties, so Montgomery County, Williamson, and I think it's Nashville. Oh, so Davidson. Yeah, you have the 3 most important counties, as I've already mentioned it before, and we'll be good to go in just a moment. We're just waiting for results. I mean, this will take some time, I suspect, but I think we can do it faster. We can do it very fast, actually. I don't know if the decision desk have actually predicted something, because they're usually faster doing those predictions because they don't really care. I mean, they do a great job, of course. I like their job. I like their work, but they are not so conservative as like CNN or New York Times or Associated Press. I think the decisions that New York Times does is like from Associated Press, if I'm not mistaken. But let's just go here to. Okay, here we don't have anything. We don't have anything in the New York Times. Let's just go here if we can actually find CNN, to be honest, because CNN usually have a different way of predicting, at least of getting results, okay? Because you can actually have different ways. So we don't have anything yet. Okay. Okay. Nothing. Nothing yet. So we already have 1 minute. So only 1 minute, nothing to be concerned about. So let's subscribe, guys, to the channel if you're new, because it will help you a lot. Grow the channel. We're very, very new channel. So actually, if you have something to say, you can ask me. The Republicans are going to win. Tennessee is a deep red state. Yes, it is a deep red state, and I expect ultimately the Republicans to win, as I've said multiple times today. But the margin, and as I'm always saying this, the margin matter, and the margin can matter for enthusiasm, can matter for 2026, because you may not lose Tennessee's 7th congressional district, and this may mean that for the Democrats in the next election may lose the seat in just some months from now, like 11 months from now. This can mean that, because turnout in low turnout elections like this one it swings towards the Democrats a little bit. Okay, it swings towards the Democrats because they're usually better at turning out voters, especially during a hard time like it is for being the opposition party. It's usually easier because people are not satisfied, and for the Republicans, it's easier to sit on the couch and just do nothing. That's what the Democrats are counting, because this is a very Republican district. Okay, there's nothing to hide about that, to be honest. And we really need now to wait and see the results, because we're only like 3 minutes, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm just gonna do a quick break until we have results, and we'll be back. So guys, I'm back. We don't have results in Tennessee's election yet, but we do have results in the Jersey City mayoral runoff election. So James Solomon is now leading 70-30, basically. He's gonna win, okay? And I don't know who these guys are, to be honest. I'm sorry to them, but this is supposed to be a low turnout election, or at least I don't know, because we only have like 6 times 5, which is 30,000 votes, so not really that much, or 35,000 if you round it up to 7,000. So not really a lot of votes in New Jersey. I'm sorry, in Jersey City's mayoral election, so not a lot. But let's just check Tennessee because now we have results. We have results in Tennessee, and the Republicans are underperforming by a lot, I suspect. Yes, they're underperforming by 20 points. 20 points, exactly. They're underperforming by 20 points in most of the results we have, but I suspect this is the early vote. So actually, yes, we need to wait, but I'm just going to do something here very quickly. So let's just check here something. I don't know if these are early votes or election day votes. We need to check here, to be honest. And we do have it's 2000, as I was mentioning, and it's early votes. Okay, so okay. I mean, they were underperforming by the margin they need, but this is only early votes, so I expected the Republicans to do a little bit better. So now they're just releasing the early votes, as I was mentioning. This will happen, okay? Now, Houston County, 68-31. That's 37 points. 37 in Houston County, 37 Houston. Let's just check here Houston County just for an example. 37-54. Another 20 points now here, or 18 or 17 or whatever you want. Let's just check here CNN because they might have something different from us, but they don't because they don't care. I don't know. Now, but we are like 50%. So the rest will be the percentage of election day vote will be higher than we expect. So many Republicans might have turned out just in the sense. Now we have another county, Perry County. I think it's Perry, it's not Wayne, it's Perry. 69, that's 40 points in Perry, 40 points in Perry, and those was 63. That's 23 points down for the Republicans. So this actually will be a bad night for the Republicans, as we would expect, but probably not as bad as it will be needed for them to lose the state. Okay, that's actually a very important thing. Okay, so please, guys, if you're new, please subscribe. We're only at 121 subscribers. I want more. Of course, it's free, so you don't have anything to spend. You can help the channel, and we'll be back, and I will be very happy with that. Okay. So, really, the Republicans are now they're underperforming, I would say, by 10 or so points, but they don't have estimates. They are like waiting for estimates. They do have estimates here, so they're expecting more votes in Davidson by only 1,000. That is not enough. If that is true, that is not enough at all. Okay, but they don't have an estimate, so they're just waiting for Nashville to come out probably because the early vote will be very important to watch. And we are at 3% in, so we're still missing 97% to go. So I'm just looking at Stewart County. I don't know. Let's just check here something. Houston County, that's how much votes? That's 947 in Houston. Let's just check here. That's 942. So actually, we're seeing the early votes. That match everything that we were talking about. So I'm just going to do a quick break and I'll be back soon. So, I mean, we need to wait, but the results we have right now means that the Republicans are doing worse than expected. This was expected, okay? They were doing worse than in 2024, but this was expected at some point. Now we got more votes. We got more votes now, and the Republicans are... Now we got Benton County, and that's 73-25 in Benton, which means they're leading by... I mean, I don't have they don't have the points, but they're leading 73-20 something. Again, 14 points worse. 14 points. 14 points is not enough. Remember, they need to do 21 and a half worse than they did in 2024. However, this is important, okay? Need to do better whatever you can. This will just be important if the Democrats or if the Republicans, I mean, if the Democrats can actually do better in election day, during election day, because it usually is a very important place for the Democrats, for the Republicans to turn out voters, because they were behind in the early vote. I mean, they were not behind, but they were more competitive. Now they're trying to widen the gap in the election day. But we'll see if that is actually if that can actually happen. Okay. Now we only have 6,000 votes. I don't know if you have more here. 6,000 the same way. And here, man, CNN is. I mean, what the hell is CNN? Okay, they have their votes here. But CNN could have a map. It was not bad. It's not be hard. I don't know why they don't have a map. It will be easier. It will be easy to do. I don't know what they don't have. But now please subscribe to the channel if you're new. That will help the channel a lot. I'm just trying here to understand if we actually, oh God, we got votes. We got votes, and that's actually from Davidson, probably. Oh God. Oh, that's from Davidson? I mean, I don't know if that's from Davidson, to be honest. Now we got more votes, but that's not from Davidson. I know it was much more competitive now than it is right here, but I think it's because we got Montgomery County. I suspect it's Montgomery County. Okay, I'm just waiting for the votes. Oh God, it shrunk because of Cheatham County. 21 points in Cheatham. Look at this. Look at this. This is 23 or 24 points better. Okay, 24 points better in Cheatham County. The suburbs, a little bit of Nashville. Okay, a little bit of the suburbs to Nashville. Very important for any Republican. Okay, they need to turn out voters. They need to turn out the suburbs. Okay. It's also very important for any candidate. And now looks like the Republicans may be losing a little bit in that, but we're still waiting about Nashville. Let's just check here. I'm just looking. Let's just refresh here. I'm sorry, because I want to know if this is actually from Montgomery. I think it's from Montgomery. It's not from Davidson. It's not from Davidson. That's great for the Democrats. If you're a Democrat, you should a little bit be. It's from Montgomery, and the Democrats are winning Montgomery. I mean, this was the county I was talking about in just a little bit. Okay, this is a very important county. It usually votes with the state. I'm sorry, with the district as a whole. And if the Republicans are losing this, they'll be in a very bad shape. But they're losing the early vote. Okay, I don't suspect they'll lose the election day vote. But this will be important if they're losing margin in the election day vote. Let's just check here, Jersey City. We don't have anything. They don't care about this, to be honest. But this is important because they're losing the early vote. Okay, they're losing the early vote here in Montgomery. We saw that is important. Okay, if they're losing the early vote, that can mean a lot of bad things for them. But we still have a chance because, yes, now we got another county, Hickman County, 70-28. So that's 70-28. That's 16 points. 16 points worse in Hickman County. But the biggest important part for the Democrats is, of course, Nashville. Nashville is the most important counties where the Democrats need to shine. They need to do well there. They don't care about what the hell you do. Now we got Montgomery County. And this is important, okay? I mean, the Democrats are winning Montgomery County. I know it's the early vote. I know we're going to have a lot of precincts to go. I think it's one of the biggest. Now we got a lot of... we're still missing Davidson County. That's the biggest in terms of early vote, of course. It's the biggest in terms of everything in this state. But let's just check here something. We don't have Williamson County. I'm also looking about Williamson County. I'm sorry. I'm just so dumb sometimes. We're still looking about Williamson County, but let's just check here something. Let's just check if we have any election day vote. We don't have election day votes yet. So they're just putting the early in-person votes. But now you're up to 20% of the votes. So we still have Davidson County, Nashville to come. And we still have a little bit of this from small counties and Williamson. So we already have one. And they're estimating the Democrats will win Davidson by 80-19. That's great. I mean, they didn't have an estimate. They have. This will end like that. This will end. It's still early, but our forecast thinks the outstanding vote is fairly evenly split. So we would mean that the Democrats will win by 4,000, which in this regard, which will be more than 1,000, means that they will get a margin of, I don't know, like 2 percentage points, something like that. But look at this. They expect the Republicans to win the rest of the votes in Montgomery County. If this doesn't happen, if the Democrats actually turn out an election like they did in many other places, in New Jersey, in Virginia, for example, last election cycle, I mean 2025, of course, this can actually mean something. But they are also basing on pre-election polls. The actual results are only 21%, so we really need to wait. The estimated votes is still Nashville is the biggest. Let's just check here. We don't have Nashville yet, but we're getting more votes. Can the Democrats get the 7,000 votes they need to be ahead, at least in the first part? Probably. We're still missing Davidson. And the rest, I think it's only Davidson we're missing. It's Davidson, Williamson, and Robinson. So still missing 3, okay, in the official website. Of course, in many more parts we're missing more, but okay. Now we're still at 121 subscribers, guys. You need to subscribe to the channel for more. I mean, this will help a lot, and it doesn't cost you nothing. So why are you doing that? Houston County, we already checked this one, I think, 6139. 6839, I'm sorry. That's another 16 percentage points to the. Now we have Humphreys. I think I already talked about that one, but I don't know. 60. That's 30 points. 64, and that was 22 points. 22 points again, just to smash the Republicans a little bit. And we don't even have. Look, it's a little bit delayed because here's at 24-17, and here's okay. Now we have another one, which is Dickinson County. That's why now it's already with the together with the website. Okay. 62-37, which means the Democrats are doing another 22 points worse. That's not great. Not great. 22 points worse, not great. But they're still missing this fairly evenly split. So I don't know. It's still basing on 21% of actual results. So we need to see election day. I need to see election day, and I'll be here with my calculator, and I will do everything I can to give you the best results. I'm just gonna bring it because I think I will need to just make some calculations of percentages to actually check if the Republicans are underperforming or overperforming in the election day. So I'll be back soon in about 30 seconds. So I'm back, guys. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. You can ask in the live chat because I'm gonna be very happy to answer you. Okay, I'm just back here my calculator because I'm gonna do some calculations here because I wanted to show, or at least I wanted to see if the Republicans are actually doing what they need, or if they're doing a terrible job, they're gonna lose everything. Of course, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't have any hate for the Republicans. Actually, I'm not gonna say my opinion about this. Let's just be impartial. Okay, I think it's very important here in this very difficult times to be impartial, and that's my task here. I don't want to say my opinion about any of this. Okay, I'm just going to do facts, and especially mathematics, which is the area I'm currently studying. Okay, so we're still at 24,000. We're still missing the beautiful county of Davidson, and that's going to be very interesting. I mean, Davidson County, it's the biggest county. Please, guys, I mean, you can subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Why not? We have 17 concurrent viewers. Thank you, all of you, to be... now we have 13. So thank you for watching the video, but please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Why are you not doing that? Mine, why not? Why not subscribe to the channel? I'm just a poor person. I'm just kidding. But you can subscribe to the channel. It will help the channel grow. It will help the channel reach a wider audience. Okay, and I thought CNN might have better results or so. They don't have. So I'm just really waiting for the election day vote, and from the early vote from Williamson and Davidson, we have 3 counties left to the early vote, but Davidson County is very important. Okay. Tennessee typically reports its early vote first, and Democrats are expected to fare well, so to be competitive. In the early votes, Republicans outnumber Democrats by just 6 points among those who had previously voted in the partisan primary, compared to a 22 points edge among those who didn't vote early. Republicans are expected to fare better in the election day ballots. That's true. So the Republicans are actually doing better. They're expected to do better in the early votes. I'm sorry, in the election day votes. That's usually what happens in every election. But this year, it didn't happen in Virginia and in New Jersey. Somehow it didn't, because the Democrats were doing much better. They were actually doing great turning out voters in election day. This was actually curious for me, okay? I never expected that. And we'll see about that, okay? We really need to wait. But this will be interesting to watch. I mean, we don't have results. I don't know what the hell they're doing in Davidson County. I know it's the biggest county. When we get Nashville and all of the three counties and all the two other counties we have left, we're going to be at 60% in or so. But I mean, I don't know what they're doing. We really need to wait. I mean, not easy, not easy. It's not easy to be here. Right now it's 1:20 in Portugal when I'm recording the video. As you know, I'm from Portugal. That's why. I mean, I love the US. To be honest to you, I love this country. I love the US, and even though it's not my country, but I do love it, and I'm right here doing this live stream because I love this country, and I hope you to like it. I hope you to subscribe to the channel. It's like a patriotic, but I'm not one of those. Okay, I'm just here saying what I think, and you can say what you think as well, because I'm gonna be very glad to hear that. Okay. So I don't know what they're doing because they're still in the same digits, and here in Jersey City they're actually slipping. I don't know what the hell they're doing as well because they don't care about this. I know there are some polls. Now, the polls will also close at 7 p.m. There's just some. Uh, I don't know why they have different things for different counties, but okay, that doesn't concern me, to be honest. Let's just check here some estimates. 67-26. Expected Republicans to do much better. Okay. In Montgomery, 51-48. They're expecting the Republicans to win by 8. By 10 or so. The election they vote in Montgomery. That's fair. I mean, if you consider it's the election they vote, it's fair. But we need to wait. Rick Hickman, 76. I mean, the Republicans are doing much worse in these counties. I don't think they have any county that are above 80. They're not. They're close. It'll probably be above 80 in this 79-20. Yes, they're above 80, but they were above 80. They were at 86. They were in high 80s, and now I don't know what. I mean, the Republicans are not doing great in any election you want to say. The Republicans just keep on underperforming. We saw that in Wisconsin. We saw that in Virginia, in New Jersey. I'm not going to talk about New York because that was a different race. We're glad to hear you, a friend of the US. Yeah, I mean, I'm from Portugal, as you know. I don't know if you know, but I'm from Portugal, and of course I love my country. But I do have a sense of love to the US as well because I don't know. I just feel I'm an investor. Okay, I invest mostly in U.S. companies, and I do think they're just in another level, and you're in another world. So I don't feel like I'm not jealous of it. I just feel it's really great, of course, to be in that country. At least that's my opinion. And I do love your elections. Okay, I do follow. Of course, I follow my own as well. I don't share here in the channel because it doesn't really matter. Because I just do videos about. I do have a video about Canada, to be honest, but about English-speaking countries. But I mean, I also like to follow our own as well. But the US are just more, more amazing, more energetic, and and everything. Okay, that's really my honest opinion. But we're still at 121 subscribers. I don't know why you don't subscribe. It's completely free. Okay, you don't need to pay any subscription. But we're actually in views. We're approaching 200 views. That's great. That's great. We're approaching 200 views. And now we got more votes. I don't know. Maybe we got some election day. Let's just check here. Because you got like, it was 10 or so. Was very, very small number of votes. But maybe it was election day. Maybe. Let's pray for that. But I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's not election day. I don't know. We still have 200 and so precincts to report, and I don't know what they're doing because they don't. I mean, what is Nashville doing? Because I think they have the results you have here. I mean, status. Maybe I can do this just to see if they have any info. Maybe I don't like. Okay, now I have early votes, absentee votes. So they have the absentee votes already incomplete. So I have the early votes already into the system. That's great. That's great. You have the information here. Be transparent. Very important. Okay. And they have the now I have 100. I don't know. We have 211 views. 211 views, 4 hours. That's great. I mean, if you're new, you can subscribe. Also, if you have any friends, you can share to your friends because I'll be going to be very happy if you do that, okay? And we have 7 concurrent viewers. We reached 17 not a long time ago, I think. I mean, but we still have the same votes. Jersey City, they're stopped. They just stopped at 21%. They don't care about counting more votes because they just lazy, okay? They don't care. I'm sorry. I have my enormous respect to those polling workers because in the polling officers they're working very hard to ensure everything is done correctly. So I'm just saying this in the sense of humor. I don't care. Of course, I'm not saying this in a bad shape. I mean, our decision desk reporting anything more because they usually are better at those things. I mean, I don't care about it's no, today is not. I'm sorry. Today is the 2nd of December. Of course, here's the 3rd already, but doesn't matter. Okay, no, they have the same numbers. But I just want to check something. How is Polymarket? How is Polymarket doing? Okay, I mean, I don't trust these things a lot, but let's just check how they're doing. This is the Tennessee's. Can we get here? I'm just writing it wrong. No, I'm not writing it wrong. I don't know how to write Tennessee. Sorry. 7th, maybe I can get something like this. No. Why is this so hard to get? Maybe it's here in the breaking. I don't know. Do we have something new? We don't have something new. They just stopped counting votes. I don't care. Where is the... I mean, how can we have the Montana Democratic primary here, but we don't have the Tennessees? I mean, what is happening? Maybe you can go to Calci, because probably it's better for these things. Probably it's better. I'm sorry, of course it expired my session. Okay, here, look at this. The odds for the Republicans are down. They were at 92%, now they're down to 72%. Amazing. I mean, why they're saying this? We don't even have results from the biggest county in the state. I'm sorry, in the district, but also in the state. I think it's the state or the second biggest or so, because I don't know if Memphis is bigger. But there's okay. Now we got more votes. Maybe it was from the county that nobody. I'm sorry. What am I doing? Maybe it was from this county, which is Robertson, which I don't care to be honest. It's not an important county. Maybe it is from there. I think it's from there. No, we do have precincts in Wayne County. We have precincts in Wayne County. That's great. We have the first precinct in many years. So let's just check something. Can I find Wayne County? So we have in Wayne County 885 to 226. I don't have a paper. I'm sorry, but I don't have a paper. So let's just check. Okay, 885 to 236. The Republicans increased percentage, so they got a high percentage. This was at 79, I would say 80. So they're actually doing better. I don't know if that's by the margin the New York Times said they would win the county. But yes, they did better there. Okay, happy. I'm very happy with this. The problem is, where are the... How can they not report the votes from Davidson County? I mean, they're just sleeping at Nashville. So we have the first precinct reported out of, I don't know how much, let me just check, 219. So that's 219 precincts, and we have the first in many many we should have. So please guys, subscribe to the channel because we're still missing a lot of subscribers until I need to reach my goal. So let's just check here. People in the comment sections on meeting sites are insufferable. Still no Davidson County votes, won't know much till that's in. Yes, that's a very important question. That's why I'm just repeating myself in. We need Davidson County votes. Because they're very important, of course. And now we got another precinct. I think that the Republicans might doing great here. Because at least in that part, they were doing great. I don't know. We got 2 precincts in Perry. 2 precincts in Perry. So the margin was, percentage-wise, in Perry, if I can find it, 69-29. They were expecting them to win by 81-18. So they're expected to win by a blowout margin. Let's just check here. Let's just wait for the votes to come in Perry County, because I think this will go up. By how much, that'll be the question. Republicans by 11 is my guess. Yeah, that's a fair that's really a fair judgment about this election, a fair prediction. I said +9, I think, in my prediction, or +9, +10, something like that. But really, I mean, we still had 121 subscribers. Like, we're here like 40 minutes or so, and we don't even have one new subscriber. I mean, I want to say hello to a new subscriber. So please, what did these counties go by in 2024? I already showed to you before. I'm just waiting for Perry. Look, I have here the margin. Perry County went 81-18, so it will not go by the same margin, but it could go 75-25 or so. So yes, it doesn't really matter. I have to go. I'll see you in next stream. Okay, thank you for being here. It's just amazing. Thank you, and see you soon. See you in the next video, which will be on Friday. Yes, we need really to wait about Perry because we do have results from there, and they simply don't want to upload those. I mean, I don't know what they're so. The New York Times and Associated Press, because the results I think are from Associated Press, they take more time than the official website. Apps by 8. Okay, that's also fair. I mean, I said 9, so anything around, I think 5 to 15 for the Republicans, I think it's fair, but at 15, I think it's too much for the Republicans, to be honest. So I think it will be around 9, 10. I think 10. My model said 10, but sometimes model can go wrong, like we saw in the elections on I'm sorry, in Virginia and New Jersey, because the Democrats just turned out a lot. Now we have 21 concurrent viewers. Okay, so please, if you are one of the 21, please subscribe to the channel because that's so important. Okay, that will help me a lot. It'll help the channel a lot. It doesn't cost you anything. Okay, now Perry County was at 69. Now it's at 72, and we have 2 out of 12. So this might be a disappointment for the Democrats, to be honest. Because we have 2 out of 10, and the percentage went up 3 percentage points. That's actually not great because it went up a lot, I would say. Because going up to 72, what it was 72 years, 72, yeah, it went up from 69, now we have 24 concurrent viewers. Please, guys, subscribe if you're new. I'm just going to repeat myself until we have 1 subscriber new. I mean, I don't insist a lot. I mean, I know I'm insisting a lot here because I think we're doing a great job. And please, if you want to support, it'll be great. 24 still. So now we have still the same. I mean, I don't know why we don't have Davidson County. I don't know why it is the excuse not to have Davidson County. But okay, they don't care. Looks like they don't care about. But how are the watch? Now it's at 84. So look at this betting. I could have logged into my Kalshi account and bet a lot in this election because I know they're probably going to win this by, I don't know by how much, but probably going to win this by a big margin, at least in the sense that they will win by a better margin. Polls were saying the Republicans will win this by 2. It's not going to be by 2. It's going to be by much more than that. I would say double that at least, or triple that. But the margin that was expected is from 5 to 9. Now the margin expected is from 0 to 4. I mean, the early votes we're getting are not great for the Democrats, at least so far. Now we got more early election votes. Let's just wait and check from where are they, because that's very important. And there's still at 121 subscribers. Why? It's really the question. Why? But now we're at 4. So it's more from Perry County. That'll be very important to watch, because if this goes to 74, the Democrats are done, are cooked, because we still have more batches of election vote, and the early vote, which will be the better for the Democrats, even though they lost by 70-30, it's the better number, it's the best number for the Democrats. And if they're going to lose this by more than that, it's going to be game over just. And we need to wait, okay? Now we have 15 concurrent viewers. And okay, Perry County at 73, just increased a little bit. Okay, it was not as bad as I thought, but maybe if this goes to 75, in 2024 it was 81, so that'll be 11 points. 11 points means they're going to win by 10. That's my prediction. Okay, that's my prediction. So actually, I think it's going to that's going to end up in my prediction, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not proud I'm correct, because a more competitive race will be probably better for my channel, but better for me because I like competitive races, because I'm not supporting any party, so I don't really care. But yeah, let's just check here. So now we are at 315 views. Okay, 315 views, even though we're still at the same. We had 6 hours. We're still at the same subscribers, which is sad. Okay, but you don't want to guys subscribe. This will be single digits if the Republican counties are swinging 10, 15 points to the left, because turnout should be higher than the average in Davidson, because the Democrats will definitely be more motivated, 24. I mean, yes. Okay, now we have Nashville, Davidson County, the county everybody was expecting, and now we have the 85-15. Let's just check here something. Okay, that was great. That was great margin. That is an overperformance, I'm on, for more than 40 points. Not 40, but I would say 30, 38 or so. That's great for the Democrats. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This will be just nuts. So I'm sure it's going to be nuts. Now the Republicans have a path. But now they think FNAPs have more standing votes than BAF. Look at the margin. Close margin. At least New York Times is saying close margin. So this was great for the Democrats because they surpassed my estimates. I was not thinking that we're gonna win Davidson by 85-15, at least in the early vote. I never thought this was be possible. Okay, but they do it. They did it. And it's amazing for them, okay? It's amazing for them because they need to be congratulations for them. Now they got down again. I don't know why. Probably got a little bit of... I want to have a swing done in Manny County, but we don't have that yet. Now I have 16 concurrent viewers, 13 likes. I mean, what you're saying, the Republicans were going to swing... The Republicans county was going to swing 10 to 15. Okay, now we have another county, which is this one here, and this just was cut down a lot. Robertson County, we're at 43% votes in. Robertson County, a little bit of 67-32, that's really the point. 12 points. That's not great, that's not what they need. I mean, they're not going to win this. The Democrats are not going to win this, and if they do, it's going to be really surprising for me. The problem is, can the Republicans win Montgomery by more than 10? That's really the question. Because right now they're losing it. So I would say that they're going to lose the early vote by 51-48 because usually this county votes with the state as a whole. So with Williamson County, we're still missing the second biggest important county. I'm sorry, the third biggest after Nashville and Montgomery. So we're still missing that. Let's just check here something. I don't know why this didn't update because now we're at... No, I'm sorry. I'm just messing something. Now we're at 314 in Wayne. Let's just check Wayne. Now it was at 80, still at 80, so that's great. It's great for the... That's great for the Democrats because it's still at 80 and it's not growing, even though it might do in the future. Now we're at 336 viewers. That's great. Okay, 43% in. And now I just want to check something. Now we have 5 of 14 in Wayne. We're almost finishing Wayne. We only have 9 precincts left. Okay, let's just check something in the way I'm just... So Nashville was 85-15. If the Democrats are going to win the rest by 74-24, which will be normal, they're going to get 9,000 votes. 9,000 votes is not enough because they will be leading by around 14,000. 14,000 is not enough because these counties have a lot of votes. I know they're small, but they have a lot of votes. And the Republicans probably going to win Williamson's early vote. It's also a very important point. And okay, that's also a very important point. Let's just check. We're still missing the same thing. Jersey City, okay, they counted like 10 votes or so. They counted like 300 because this was 6.7. Okay, let me just do something. I expected this to be competitive, but probably will be more competitive than I thought, which would be great for the Democrats, who will end up well for them. We're still at 121 subscribers. I don't know what's happening. Maybe we have something more motivated. No, we don't have any comment new. Now, 28 concurrent viewers. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new because you're going to have a lot of content. We have 5 videos per week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. All at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We have videos almost every day. 5 days per week. Almost any subjects you may think about. Talking about demographics, about the Trump administration, about the ways that Trump Trump means for this election as a whole, and all of that stuff. We're not dealing with. We're trying to be unbiased. And I know I said trying because everybody sometimes has a bias, and I also have a bias, but I'm not going to say mine at least tonight. And now we have more votes. Okay, we got more votes, and now the difference is only 4,000. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but it was from... No, we don't have the early votes from Williamson. But we got 4 out of 14 from Hickman. 4 out of 14 from Hickman. And I don't think we have here. I don't think we have here. We don't. We don't have, but this will go more for the Democrats, so for the Republicans. Let me just check here Hickman if I can find it. Even though, let's just check polling market. Okay, it's 89-10, makes sense. And the margin of victory, now it's going from the 5 to 99. I think it will be, how are the odds from more than 10? 2%. I think this is free money. I mean, I know you're going to probably lose the money because it will be less than 10, but it's worth a bet. It's 1%, so you only lose 1 cent for each dollar. I mean, I'm not going to say this is not recommendation, okay? No, I don't want you to do anything and then blame me for your result, because I'm just saying it's not probably what will happen. But now we have 122 subscribers. Thank you for the new subscriber. Please tell me whoever you are, because I'm going to be very happy to thank you personally. I'm going to be very happy. And yeah, please, can we reach to 123? I'm going to be just here now. I'm not going to be, but please, if you can do it, I'm going to be very happy, because yeah, look, it's almost 2 a.m. in my country, so it's really difficult to be here. But don't you have any comment? Let's just check. It's not percentage that matters, it's also about turnout. Yeah, I'm also mentioning that almost every time. Republicans win all of those little counties, turnout is low, it still hurts. Yes, that's a very important question that you're mentioning. Let's just check turnout. For a moment, let's just check turnout, because we're all been focusing too much on percentage. You're correct here. Let's just check turnout, for example, in the early vote in Nashville. So we have 21,000 out of 71,000. So that's 72,000. That's 29%. And now I'm just going to do it, for example, another early vote only, which will be Montgomery County, for example, which is also Democrat. But that's not heavy Republican. I'm going to say, let's just check here something that doesn't have results, like Stewart, for example. Stewart does not have results. So Stewart has, which is also Republican County, 1.7 or 1.8 if you round it up both. And here's 6.3. So 1.8 out of 6.3. That's 29. The turnout is the same, at least in those 2 counties I checked. You can check another one if you want. You can check this one. We checked Stewart. We can check Wayne, but Wayne has a little bit of election day, so it's probably not fair. It's not fair for the Republicans, for the Democrats, I'm sorry. We can check another one like Humphreys or so. Decatur can check this one, 1.1 to 5.1. Turnout is at 22, so actually they're down, but the point is, it's not that significant. It's not a huge difference and it's not a huge difference, okay? The turnout is not that big of a difference. Of course, it has a difference, but it's not as big as to change everything, okay? So now we're at 400 views, 9 hours, and I'm very happy with this. Just for, it could be more subscribers, but okay. And okay. I'm not even at home, so I'm here like recording this. Well, one thing we know, you can't go home early like in Arizona. What you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that, to be honest. You can explain if you want. Because I'm not understanding what you meant there. Okay. Now it's 96.5. Okay, and probably the odds of a 10%. No, it's still at 1. And they're so slow at counting votes. I don't know why, because it should be everything counted. We're almost an hour here, and they're still delaying votes in Williamson County, okay? Which we have the early votes. They have probably everything counted. I suspect they have. But somehow they are just not releasing those. Maybe something happened, I don't know. The Grishav election, you cut the stream off pretty quickly. I mean, I waited for all the early vote to be released, because they take a lot of time to release the election day votes. Here in Tennessee is different, I suppose. That's why and also Arizona, like, they release like 70 something percent of the vote in, and then they take a lot of time to release the rest of the vote. So that's actually why I left, because I thought maybe this will take time until like 3 or 4 a.m. and I'm not here because I have lessons. I have classes in the other day, and I also have classes tomorrow. But I'm just here because I slept during the afternoon, so I'm able to be here, not as 100%, but close to that, I suppose. And I think we didn't lose a lot in the Arizona, because I think it took a lot of time. I ended the stream at, I think it was 3 a.m., and the votes only appeared until 5. I'm not going to be like 2 hours, like being there, saying something just to take time, because Arizona takes a lot of time counting votes. But he also said that this is a obvious Democrat win, and no point saying. Yeah, the Arizona was an obvious Democratic win. That was also clear. And when we got yearly votes, because we got yearly votes, that was clear. The margin will be the point, but the votes we got, which will be the more Democratic favorable ones, that were clear that the Democrats are going to win. Here is much more competitive, and I'm going to be here until, I would say, most of it, but I need to wake up early tomorrow. But okay, I'm gonna be here almost at everything. Every vote is counted. Of course, if we do have provisionals, I cannot count on that, and I'm gonna be here as much as I can. And I'm gonna try to be my best. Okay, at least until we have all the election vote counted, which will be, I mean, this will take time. But now we're at 44%. There, I'm supposed to be here until 3 a.m. and more, an hour or 2 hours more. Okay, that's what I expect. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be a little bit cranky, okay? Yeah, but they're not counting votes. Look, it's still at 37. How can you have more votes here than in the official? I mean, sometimes this is a little bit weird. Okay, now we have more votes. One county is completed. That's great. Look, the Cotter County is completed. So maybe we have the swing. No, we don't have. Where's the Cotter County? 42%. What happened here? What happened here? What happened? What just happened here? But we have one county that is finished, and we can check the percentage, because it's just the first county that we have finished, and we can check really the percentage. So now we have everything counted. Let's just check here. I'm just trying to check the percentage, because let's just check 1,970. So then the Republicans got 79 for the Republicans in Decatur. 79. What was this here? 6 percentage points. It's not great. I mean, if you are a Democrat, I know turnout is lower, probably. Let's just check the turnout, just for an example. 2,483 to 5,000. It was 48% of 2024, the turnout, which will be probably lower. That is true. However, this is not great. I mean, you're not overperforming, not even by 10 points. I know it's hard to overperform in those Republican counties, but Republicans are doing a great job, at least in election day, turning out voters. Now we got more votes. Okay, that's the votes from Decatur. Yes, now we have the swing. 17 points in Perry, however, it's not enough, and 9 points in Decatur. I know it's 9 points is great, but it's not even 10. And you lost this by 21.5. I'm not saying 9 is not great. 9, of course, is great, but it's not as great as they needed. And Perry County is done. I mean, can we check it here? Because Perry County is not done. You still have 2 precincts to go. How can you say it's done? Perry County is not done. I'm not 2 precincts. I'll probably like small these to 7. I'm not attacking. Obviously, this margin will be close more interesting. I mean, okay, I understand your comment, but it's really, sometimes I want to be here more, but I cannot be more, because I have other things to do, because this is not my full-time job, and we have different time zones, and this sometimes doesn't help as well. And I won't be here like until everything is counted, and I will try to be here as much as I can, but sometimes it's difficult. Of course, with your support, it'll be much easier. But now we have 30 concurrent here, so thank you every person there, because we're still at 122. So if you can subscribe to the channel, they'll help me, and they'll be amazing. Okay, and now we have almost 500 views in the live stream. So that's also great. That also motivates me a lot to stay here, because, you know, it's not easy sometimes. Let's just check here something. 38, we're still at 38, but let's just check if you do have Perry County. We don't have Perry County yet, but we don't even have anything out of Montgomery, anything out of Davidson. So the two biggest counties, we don't have anything. And not Williamson, which is the third biggest, I think. So let's just check if it is the third biggest or not. It's the third biggest. So we don't have anything from the third biggest counties, which is also important. And yeah. And here probably is 97-3. So they are actually saying that Republicans are going to win this. Doesn't really matter. Yes, probably going to win. The problem is the margin. And that's going to be important. Now, 10-14, as I mentioned, this was undervalued because I still think this is undervalued. I don't know if they're going to win by more than 10, but I'm just going to say this is undervalued. This is my view. It's now 2%. It was 1% not a long time ago. And the from 0 to okay, this is the Democratic winning, the Democratic candidate winning, but it's now 57. But from 43, the from 5 to 10 is now increasing. So they probably were expecting closer than it is right now. Let's just check now if we do have anything. We do have more 500 votes. From where? From where? From Dixon, probably. Probably from Dixon. I don't know. Probably from there. Neutral at 122. Now we're at 513 views in the live stream, which is amazing, of course. Thank you. Thank you for the support. And now we're at, okay, the Democrats went down again, but they still have 3,000, and they have the 3,000 here in Williamson. They have the 3,000 in Williamson, they just need there, but they also have a little bit in Robertson. I'm very looking forward to seeing the results in Montgomery. It's really what stresses me here, because the Democrats can actually do great there. Okay, now we got another county gone, and the Democrats are now barely losing. Why? Because we got the early votes in Williamson County. This was expected. We got Perry County done. Okay, so now we got two counties done, and Williamson County is now done. Okay, that's great, because this will just change a little bit. And let's check the margin, because the New York Times was expecting 57-42, so we expected of course, the early vote will be more Democratic. If this is to be great, the Republicans should be winning by less than 10. Okay, less than 10 here, and let's just wait. Let's just wait, because it should be leading by less than 10. If they're not leading by less than 10, it will not be as great as I would think, to be honest. But let's just wait. I can check the percentage and do the calculations there, but I don't want to have that work, to be honest. I'm sorry. I'm back again. Let's just check if you have any update. We don't. Now the Republicans just took the lead. Okay, as expected, they took the lead, and we don't have election day votes from Davidson, which will be better for the Democrats, because even though it will be less great than many of the other we got, but it will be great in terms of it will be just the city of Nashville, so that will be great for the Democrats. But let's just go here. We don't have anything. Let's go here. We don't have anything. Let's go to CNN. Same thing. When we start to get votes from Nashville, the city, this will probably be great for the Democrats, because they will start to build a lead again, but probably that thing will not happen. They just lost the lead, and probably they will lose for the rest of the night. Now look, from 5 to 10 is now increasing to 55%, and from 10 to 15 is now at 3. So it was at 2, it was at 1, now it's at 2, and now it's at 3. So actually they're doing a great job there. And we're still at 122 subscribers. I don't know what are you doing, man. You can just subscribe to the channel. Just is a click, so it doesn't really matter for you, and will help me a lot. So, okay. Okay, we're still waiting. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe I can go here to check if we do have any county. We don't have it, so it's only 2. But right now, the 2 counties we have reported. Really appreciate the channel. I watch mostly left-leaning stuff, so to have a more right-leaning guy talking legend about stuff is really refreshing. I'm not right-leaning. I mean, when I talk about, I try to be unbiased when I talk about demographics, when I talk about states, when I talk about. I'm not talking about policy. That's not what this channel is about. Okay, I'll just wait a little bit. So now I got Williamson County, 11 points. I said less than 10 would be bad, but they got higher than 10. They got 11. So that actually was better, a little bit better than expected. And they were expecting more votes for Van Apps as expected as well. But they were estimating there'll be 21 for the early votes. The election votes. I just want to know the election votes in many of Montgomery and Davidson precincts. So as I was answering to you, now I have 30 concurrent viewers. Let's just wait. I don't know what my phone is just crazy. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay. So answering to your comment again, you're more right-leaning than the other channels I watch. Let's Talk Elections is the other main channel I watch, and they're just more left-leaning than you are. I can check the channel as well when I have time. Probably great to check. I want to check basically every part of the spectrum, of the political spectrum. I don't care if you're left-leaning or right-leaning. This channel wants to be watched by everybody. Okay, I'm not here to tell you that Trump is great, Trump is bad. That's not my point of this channel. Okay, the point of this channel is not talk about policy. Of course, I do have a video today talking about policy. That we're gonna have 2 videos per month talking about policy, but that's just a specific video that I mentioned in the first part of the video. That's I'm not here to be unbiased. I'm here to mention my opinion. So I know this will not be unbiased, but that's not the point of this video. But that's the point of this video. The rest of the channel is unbiased. Because when I'm here talking about math and I'm saying this is not enough for the Democrats, not enough for the Republicans, I'm not here like dooming about any candidate. I don't care whether Van Apps or FTBaft it will be the new House member. Of course, this doesn't mean a lot because we're gonna have elections next year. But of course, I do have I would say I would choose one if I need, of course, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that tonight, to be honest. Only if we reach 130 subscribers, I'm gonna say the one I prefer. But I don't know much about the candidates, to be honest. For those complaining that he's right, just go watch CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, NPR, PBS. Just how many left-leaning media outlets do you need? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say the thing I'm thinking about. Yes, some outlets are more left-leaning than the others. That's perfectly normal. That depends on the anyone who comments 8 times is not worth responding to, my man. Oh, poor. No, please don't say that. 45,000. Okay. 125 subscribers. Thank you for the 3 new subscribers. Thank you, really, thank you. Really thinking about a new 3 new. No, so you really wanted me to say the guy who I prefer. Really, it's really great. I mean, of course, I want to reach to the. Now we have 600 views. 600 views. 600 views now. Really amazing. I tried to do the live stream in the previous big election, and I got like 10 viewers at the same time, which was really sad. And I thought maybe like CNN and those channels are going through me, and they're just doing a better job because I didn't get the views I wanted. Okay, that was really sad. But I thought maybe I should try. Thank you for your coverage. I'm just with the leak. I was actually saying it was good. You're right, Leaning. So who was complaining? I missed that comment. I mean, you didn't complain. You just said your opinion. It was not really. It was really like appreciative, not in terms of complaining anything. Thank you for coverage. Thank you for your comment. Let's just check here if you do have anything new, because I'm just here answering to your comments. 46,000. we're almost finishing Wayne County, which is great. Wayne County is not Detroit in this time. We do have a Wayne County, Michigan, which is also Detroit. And now we have, no, we don't have. I thought we had precincts from Davidson and Montgomery. We don't. But we're almost finishing Houston, which is not the city of Houston in Texas, okay? And we're almost, no, we're not, we're still missing a lot. Now we have more, and the Republicans are just expanding the lead. I'm just very curious about Montgomery and Davidson County. I'm really curious about that. We have another county that ended. Wayne County ended 7 points more Democratic, which is not easy. Not easy, not enough, not easy. It's not enough. Wayne County's being only 7 points more Democratic is not enough. So I'm thinking at least that this will be, I said between 5 to 10, I think will be the latter, okay? And here the margin of victory now is from, I just want to log in my account and bet then for 15, because even though I think it's hard, betting like 10 cents doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it because I think I'm going to lose 10 cents or so, but if I can, I'm just going to bet. I know, please don't do this. This is not a financial advice or so, or whatever you want to say, because this is not about that. I think I'm going to bet in that because I think it's really undervalued. I mean, it's minus 1%. I don't know if I'm going to get, because I don't want to put $1. I know it's $1 for God's sake, but I'm going to risk $1. I have like 5 or so. It's just for having a little bit of fun sometimes, because I don't really value this. I don't like betting. I'm investing. I'm not betting, okay? But then this point is betting, okay? This is just pure luck. Even though we do have a model behind, it's not 100% foolproof. So you would say that's betting, and you don't like that. I have like $6. So yeah, it's like €5, 5.50. It's not really that much. Let's just go here. So that's Tennessee. Maybe it's here. I don't know why these websites of Cauchy that is so they're so slow. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna like multiply this by 100 or so, because this is so undervalued for me at this point. I know it's probably gonna be very, very hard. I'm gonna probably lose the money, because I'm just saying to you, I'm probably gonna lose the money. But it's just in the terms that it's, for me at least right now, the Republicans could have. They were probably going to win by around 8, as I mentioned in my model a lot of time. I don't know if you're saying anything, because I'm just hearing my smartphone. Yes, you're not saying anything. Now we have 20 people at the same time. People, I don't know. Maybe. Yes, we're still at 58% in. Yes, this will be very hard to get. I'm going to try to bet at 1 cent. But I don't know, because it's really hard to get at this point people to buy you at or sell you at 1 cent. Limit, I'm gonna buy at 1 cent at limit price at 1. I'm gonna buy 20 contracts or so. I think it's to win $20. Of course, I'm not gonna win that, but and that will be amazing if it does happen. I don't know. I probably will not. This will just be 20 cents to trash, but it's 20 cents for God's sake. So it doesn't really matter. But it's just interesting too. What Matt Van Apps declares now defeats. I'm sorry, not declares, defeats FT ban in Tennessee's House. We already projected it a lot of time ago, because I said that was impossible for the Democrats because the margin was simply not enough. So I already said that, but it's really what is happening. I'm just gonna like. Fuck it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say this. Oh yeah, I said the word. Maybe YouTube, please don't do anything to my stream. I never know. I'm not winning money with this. I can share you something. Wait a minute. I don't know how much of you are there. 25. I don't know if you're saying anything. You're not. Maybe we do have something new from here. Yes, we do have a lot. We do have a lot. I'm just like sleeping a little bit. And now we're still at 0 in the 2 biggest counties, but we do have a lot of Robertson. No, we don't have, but we do have a little bit of Dixon now and a little bit of Hickman. Okay, those are 2 big counties, at least in terms of precincts. And now the lead is big. The lead is big, and scramble because I'm gonna win a lot. No, I'm not gonna win nothing because I'm gonna lose. But now the lead is all 2.5 points, 2.5, and they're expecting this to be at least 10. I think 10, no, but I think at least 7. I think this will be. They could have like it's still early. It's still early. No, you have 60% in. How is this still early? Let me do something here on YouTube just to do something. Now we have 31 subscribers. 125 subscribers. Thank you for the 4 new subscribers tonight. Maybe I can do something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe I can go here. Sorry. I'm just trying to search for something because I want to. Okay. Okay. And if you want to help me, okay, I'm going to send you a link to the live stream if you want to donate any money for me. Of course, it's just free if you wanna do it. Okay, you don't need to do it. Of course, I'm not gonna make you do it. I'm just having a hard time finding the stream. Okay, it's here. We have 34 people, so I'm gonna send you the link if you wanna donate for me. That's the link you can donate for my channel. And gonna be help me a lot. But okay, it's okay if you don't want to do it. Okay, I'm gonna be happy the same way if you just subscribe it to the channel. Now the lead is 6. So look at this. I'm already winning money. It doesn't matter. But they might be looking, oh, that dumb guy now is earning a lot of money. I mean, it's interesting because the lead is now 6 points. And I suspect we finish another county. Yes, Houston County, 12 points. But if this is true, it means the Republicans are going to win by 9. But if you do the average by county, the highest in terms of votes are the ones that are swinging the less. Let's just check turnout because that's very important as well. I'm just checking turnout of Wayne. No, the new county was Houston, so that's 1,935 divided by what? Divided by 3,006. So that's 53% of 2024, which is great for an election like this. It's really great, to be honest. And I probably will miss a little bit in terms of turnout. I said 130,000, I think. It will be probably 170 or even more, because this is actually going to be a big election in terms of turnout. This seems to be a big election so far. For an election like this, it usually is not a huge election in terms of turnout, but at least so far it looks like it will be. Okay, now we're at almost 40, and we are at 767 views, so we're almost at 800 views, which is amazing. Okay, and we go. Thank you for all the support tonight. We're at an hour and 20 minutes of live stream. Can you reach 40 people at the same time? That will be amazing if you can reach that. We're at 34 right now. Let's just check if you do have anything new. Now we do have, and the Democrats are just going behind, but we don't have votes from Davidson, and we do have from Montgomery. Okay, we do have votes from Montgomery, so that's really the point. And Montgomery is now red by 4. This was blue by 2. Now it's red by 4, so it means a 6 percentage point shift. Not great, which means now this is by 4. And we still have 30% of the vote to go. So this means that we can actually get a win by not, I would say 7 to 8 is now possible, which will be according to my prediction. Now the lead for the Republicans is at 7.3 here, but we still have a lot of votes. But now this is at 4, so maybe I'm gonna be a millionaire out of this election. Of course, I'm just kidding. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's not like 20 cents gonna make a difference. I don't even know if I have my order filled, so it doesn't really. I mean, Kalsh is so slow. I don't know what is happening because this is so slow happening. This stuff. Okay, it's working because I have like $2 new dollars or so. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I have $1.34. I'm gonna let this until the end because if I lose, it doesn't matter. It's only 20 cents. For God's sake, it's 20 cents. But now, yes, 99 is just out of a little surprise. Oh, the Republicans are okay, it doesn't matter. I said, okay, now we have James Solomon, and they're counting the votes like 100 per 10 minutes. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just gonna close the early vote tab because we have everything. Now they have a better lead. We have 4 counties reported, which we already okay, it's the same we got before. I'm just trying to understand. We still have 27 precincts here in Montgomery. If they go it the same way, this will be bad. And they expect that the Republicans to win by 9 the rest. I think they're going to win by more than that. Even though they're now basing the projection in 60%, but they don't have the percentage. I don't know why. It's still early when you have 67% of the vote in. How can you say that's early? And now Decision Desk just projected Matt Van Apps to be the new congressman for the Tennessee's 7th Congressional District, okay? And now here in the CNN, they're still sleeping. In the NBC News, same thing. In the New York Times, which is Associated Press, still sleeping. They're just sleeping because they don't want to project it. I don't know why. It just take a lot of time sometimes. And now we are at 126 subscribers. Thank you for the new subscriber. I don't know. Maybe you can say who you are, and maybe you can say, you can just how is this going so far? Where is she winning and where is he winning? So she's winning in Nashville, okay? And now, I'm sorry, just interrupt you a bit. The margin now is up to 8, I think, 7.8, 7.8, and now it's at 5, 10, 10, now 10, 10. Thank you for the subscription, okay? Thank you, really thank you. But she's winning in Nashville, which is the biggest city center here, Nashville, Davidson County, a portion of Nashville by a lopsided margin, 70 points. Is expected to go down in more election day votes, yes, but she's still expected to win overwhelmingly. And he's winning in the rural parts of the district, but also in Montgomery County. She's a suburban part of this district, and also here in Williamson County, I think it's the most college-educated county in the state of Tennessee, and this is one of the most wealthiest counties in the country. Okay, so this is actually a very important county, and we need to find the swings. But right now, Montgomery County looks like the Republicans are actually doing great in terms of the election vote, which means they're doing better than the New York Times estimates. Even though you might say a lot of things about the New York Times because it's like a very biased towards the left. You can say that, okay, it's our opinion. But in terms of these projections, they're actually great, okay? The models are great. And now they're counting faster in Jersey City. I don't care about New Jersey City, but okay. I think got more votes. I don't know from where. It was from... Now, we're still at 0 here in Davidson, here, and we're still at 0 in Humphreys, okay? Now we're at 30 concurrent years, okay? And we're still at 67. This takes a lot of time to count like 1,000 votes. I don't know what they're doing, but this takes a lot of time, literally. Okay. Now we're almost... Now we're at 126 subscribers. Thank you, thank you for your support. I'm gonna be very happy with that. And we are at almost 900 views, and we're at 21 hours of people watching this live stream. And we should have like an hour until we finish the live stream, probably something like that, because now we're at 36 people now. 36 people now concurrent, which is amazing. I mean, my record I think is 45 from Arizona, but 36 is amazing. Same way. Is amazing, and I'm really happy of this live stream after the disappointing live stream in during the last November season. It was disappointing, and now we're at 34. Same way, it's great. The same way. Now we got more votes, and the margin, I think it is the same. The margin is still 7.8, and I think here it's a 7. I'm gonna lose the money. I know that. Okay, I probably should have sold if you are to be technically correct. I don't care because it's only 20 cents, and it's because I just do this for fun. I have that money there, but I'm not gonna add because I don't want to be the person that is addicted to that. Okay, it's really bad to be addicted to gambling and all of that stuff. That's why I don't want to be. So I just put something like that for like 3 months ago, and I don't care. I just leave everything there. So now we're at 68% in. We got the percentage point more. I just want to check something. Yeah, but look, I'm profiting a lot. I'm I'm profiting like $4 at this point. I'm profiting $4. I could have sold like 20 cents to $4 in just a matter of minutes. Of course, I'm not going to do that because I'm dumb, not because I don't care. I'm probably going to lose badly because. But look at this. The odds of winning by 0 to 4, which were at 43%, it's now down to 1%. As I said, that was overvalued, and now it's down a lot. And these odds that I said was undervalued, now it's at 8%. So everybody, anyone that profits a bit, congrats to you. And now we're probably at 60. Look at this. Now we're at another county completed. I think we got votes from Davidson. Yes, we got a huge chunk of Davidson now. And the point will be, can they go below 80? Because I don't know how the percentage... No, this is the percentage is left, so... Can you go below 75? Can you go below 80? Because now they lost a lot. 82. They're going to go below 80. So the Democrats are going to go below 80. So this will mean the overperformance in now... Let's just check here something. It's now 30 points, but it'll probably be less than the 22 they needed, even though turnout will be higher, because turnout right now is already, no, it's not 50%, it's like 40%, okay. And now the margin is down to 5.1. Probably this went down a lot. Okay, 2 percentage points. People are just overreacting to everything. And now we got another county that is done. Let's just check. Now this got up again. It got down, I'm sorry, again. Now to 4.9. I don't know why. It was not here. Okay, we got more out of Montgomery, I think. No, we didn't. I'm sorry, I'm just lying with all my teeth because we didn't got more out of Montgomery. But we got like 30% out of... We got 30% of Davidson, which was important. Which was important at some degree. I don't know. Now we have 41. 41 at the same time. Thank you. Maybe you can get more than that. 50. And you got 50. Looking good in Tennessee's 7th. Yes, if you're a Republican, you must be feeling good. Even though you're going to underperform, it's only going to be underperformed by a lot. I mean, depending. It's going to be by 10 points, it's going to be a lot. Now the margin just went up a lot. Now the margin is at 6. Where are the votes? From here, Williamson County, 20 points. This was from 32, so it's only 12. It's going to be less than 12 when everything is said and done. So the underperformance is not going to be by more than 10. More than 10 probably, but not by a lot more than that. We only have now one county. Now we don't have any county. We have 0 counties that are the percentage needed. You know that the percentage that was needed was 21.5. We don't even have one county at that percentage. So this all below. Many Republicans, of course, were in panic about all of this, but they did their job and they're actually doing a great job tonight. Of course, they're going to underperform by a lot, but at least they're winning the seat, which is what matters right now. Okay, let's just check here if we do have any subscriber new. We don't. We saw it 126, which is great. We won 5 during the live stream. Of course, better, the more the better. But okay, I'm very happy with that. And now if we reach 51, we reach 51 at the same time. I don't know why. Okay, but now I think we got more votes. Now the margin is at 6.4, I think. Is exactly 6.4. And where we got those votes. So we're still missing votes here, which is big for the Republicans. So I don't know how much, but they still have more 53. They're projecting 53, so they're projecting like 7. So maybe this is down a lot. Exactly as I expected. I'm gonna lose like 20 cents. I said I was gonna lose, so maybe you're. But it's really amazing. This live stream is going pretty well. And I really need to thank you because you're the ones who make the live stream going pretty well as it is at this point. I don't know if you have any message. Odd they won't call the race. Yes. It's really sad. I mean, you can call the race. Of course, you want to be conservative. You are a very highly reputable company. You need to be conservative because you don't want to be mistaken about this. But at this point, I think you can call the race because, I mean, Decision Desk already did it, so props for them. But CNN and NBC and New York Times are just they're gonna keep delaying because they want to be conservative. You can have your own opinion about that. I'm not gonna say mine, but I think it's okay to project right now because it's impossible for the Democrats to get votes because the votes are gonna have more. The votes we still have left are the election votes, so they're gonna be more towards Republicans. And even if the Democrats get right now 100% of the votes we have left in Davidson, which will be like 11,000, it's of course it's enough, but you need to count. They're not going to get 100%, and you still need to count the votes you have left in the other parts of the state. Now we're at 66.6. Okay, now we're at 45 people at the same time. Can we get 60? 60? Can we get 60? Can we get? Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you for all of your support. Can you subscribe to the channel? With 126, can we reach 130? Please, 130. We're only 4 out of 140 and 30. 140, we're still at 14. I don't know, maybe they projected this. Imagine getting so okay after winning a couple elections in your own blue states. I mean, you cannot say that. Virginia is a blue state now, but it was a purple state. But the margin was what mattered. Of course, the states that were voting in November were blue states, but the margin was very towards the Democrats. That's the problem. There was a landslide for the Democratic Party because they won in substantial terms that I never thought that would be possible. They did a great job turning out voters, and I really need to say congratulations for them. I mean, people would say anything bad to the party that is not yours, but I mean, you should recognize their efforts as well. They just want their guy to win, as you want your guy to win as well. So now we're almost finishing this count, I suspect, because we're still gonna get, I don't know, 3 batches out of Davidson, but look at this. This is almost finishing. These two, Cheatham and Stewart, they're almost finishing. But now I got more votes, 68, and the margin increased now to 6.8. 6.8 now. But it's gonna be more than 10. It's 100%. That's why this odd here is gone. But here's 50, 69. I think it's okay. Here's more. How can Decision Desk have more votes? But that's a great percentage for the. If that is true, if Decision Desk is correct here, this means they're at 7.7 now. Of course, not going to reach 10, but it's going to be much more competitive. Now we're at 50. 50 concurrent viewers. 50 concurrent viewers. Thank you for your support. We're still at 126 subscribers, so we have 50 people in the live stream. Can you please, all of the 50 people, subscribe to the channel? We're gonna reach so much more. I mean, it's pure math. And okay, now we got more votes. Look at this, we got more votes, and now the margin is 8. Why? We got a little bit of Montgomery, but it's still 4. That's a great margin. Robertson, we're still at the same. Williamson, we're still at the same. We got Cheatham, probably. We got Dixon, I don't know. Yes, we got Dixon, 12 points. Okay, that was great. 12 points is not bad. That still means you're going to lose by 10, but okay. This was a Republican district, so you cannot expect a lot, but still, you're not doing bad. Okay? But now, yeah, they should project. I mean, they're not projecting. That's just bad for them because even if the Democrats can get everything here in Davidson, that would still not be enough because they have 11,000 of lead. So yeah, it's really sad that these networks sometimes are a little bit biased projecting things. I projected Abigail Spanberger at like the first 10 minutes or so. So I don't care. I mean, I don't have a partisan in this point. I'm here to be unbiased as the journalists are to be. And I don't know why they're not projecting this, to be honest. But okay, they have their reasons, or probably they don't. I don't know. But okay, we still have like 20% of the vote. Yeah, 20%. It's more like 45,000 votes. It's still big. I mean, CNN still didn't project. They're estimating 75% of the vote. the same as NBC, but the New York Times is estimating 81. And if you go to decision desk, they're estimating 85. So all different estimates of turnout. Very interesting. The margin of victory is now from 5 to 10, which I said this would be probably the case when people were just betting from 0 to 10 because they're just dumb and I don't know. Now we have 1.1 thousand views. We have 30 hours of views. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing in one single live stream. It's a new record, okay? New record here. Because in the Arizona special election live stream we got 30, and now we have 30. Yes, we have 53 concurrent viewers, which is amazing. Okay, we have 23 likes. So the race is called when apps won. Yeah, the race is called by Decision Desk and by me. Okay, I called the race a long time ago, but it's not called by the major like NBC, New York Times, and CNN. I think it has to do with viewer engagement. If they declare now, people would stop watching in either anger or happiness. Yes, that is, but that's not what media should be about. At least in my view, that's my opinion. Okay, can have you another one if you want, but in my view, they should be just unbiased and just tell the person that wins. They don't care about ratings. I know everything is about ratings, everything is about money, but I mean, it's just so dishonest to do that. Tennessee is letting America down. Amazing you saying that. I mean, I don't care, but okay. You may think I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican, but I just feel energized about all of this, even if I'm not supporting any candidate. But I'm just feel energized by any election. Okay, I don't know what happened. We got more votes out of beautiful. Yeah, now we got everything of Davidson. We still have 8 precincts to go in Davidson, but it's almost everything done. Okay, and now we're going to see this thing much more competitive, but can they go below 80? That's really a problem, because if they can go below 80, they'll mean a 20 points and a performance still, which will be great, as you know. But now we have 1.1 thousand views. 1.1 thousand, we have 126 subscribers. Can you reach 130? That'll be amazing. Please do it. Just have 4 to go. And now we have 50 people watching, 25 likes. Amazing. We are here for more than 1 hour and 40 minutes. I think 1 hour and 50 minutes almost. So please, I mean, it's almost 2:30 in my country. It's 9:30 Eastern time, so that's really big. Really big. So now I think we got Davidson, and I think we can check the percentage here because I'm not waiting for the county here to come in because this will take a lot. I mean, where is Davidson? Okay. 30. Let me just do something. 3,832 divided by this, 80.5%. So that's 81. Great. This was great for the Democrats. This new batch was great for the Democrats. Now we have 58 people at the same time. Thank you for your support. Now we have 63 people at the same time. That's amazing. Amazing. I'm sorry? Crazy. You called a while ago, but your views are still going up. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know what's happening, but it's amazing. Crazy. You can win your biggest district by 60 points and lose. American politics is crazy. I mean, it is the things. It's how the things are. To be honest. Did you say you expect apps to win with 10%? No. I said in the videos. I think I said 9. To be honest. 9, I think. But in this live stream, I think I said 8 to 9 or 7 to 9 or something like that. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be 9. I think it's gonna be less than that. But I think it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing for him. I think he's gonna win by 6 or so. 66 people at the same time. Now we got the batch I was mentioning in Davidson. Now we have 95% plus there. So Davidson is gone, and now the rest is going to be just the margin coming up for the Republicans. So the less the Democrats are going to get is 3.2. So at least 5, I would say. At least 5 now. Max is 10 because I don't think 10 is possible. Even though they're just saying 3. Now they're very happy with this 0 to 5, 1%. Now this is going to go up a lot. Oh god, the Democrats are going to win this. Why are they going to win this or everything? We're going to get a lot of votes now from Nashville, even though it's 100% in. It's not 100% because they're still missing 8 precincts, I think. Yeah, they're still missing 8 precincts. But look at the difference. Now it's 73,000. Okay, now it's here's even wider. They're selling 93%. Here they're saying 88. Here they're saying 81. I mean, I don't know which one is correct. But yeah, and we're almost at 100. Can we reach 100 people at the same time? Can we reach 100 people at the same time? Can that be possible? Because I don't know if that is possible. This is not my first channel, but it's one of the, in terms of political business, is the first one. So yeah, now we're at 56, 61. Okay. So please, now we're at 126. We have 61 people. Please subscribe to the channel, man, just to help the channel a little bit. 6,000 people, 6,000 votes now of difference, and the lead just gone up. Now the lead is 4.1. So these guys that are betting on 0 to 5, like, they're going crazy. It's just not going to happen, okay? Because the votes, and this will just happen, and I'm going to be very mistaken. Okay, it can happen, but okay. Look, the votes, we're still missing votes in... Okay, Williamson is almost there, but we're still missing a lot in Robertson. Robertson is quite big. It's like 2,000 votes at this point. We're still missing a little bit in Humphreys, a little bit in Hickman. And we finish Davidson, the biggest in terms of swing, 25 points towards the Democrats. It started 40. It started the night at 40 to the Democrats. It ended 25. So you know how the early votes are more Democratic than the rest of the votes. But the rest is still going. It's the only county that went to the Democrats by a better margin. Now we want to check the turnout. So that's what's 38,307 divided by this, divided by 71,862. That was 54. So the turnout was not very higher in the Democratic areas than it was in the Republicans one. So look at this. NBC News projects right now that Matt Van Apps will be the winner in the Tennessee's 7th Congressional District. So NBC, arguably the most left-leaning media outlet there, is now projecting that Matt Van Apps is going to be the winner. So as I said a while ago, and as Decision Desk said as well. So nothing to say about that. It's just how things are. And yeah, maybe this is correct from the New York Times. If this is correct, this will be a 7 points difference, which was in according to what I said. Now we have 127 subscribers. Thank you for the new subscription. I'm gonna be very happy with that. The channel is growing fast. I think probably in the last 2 weeks were not crazy. We're not great, I'm sorry, but the channel is now growing again, and that's great, of course, which I still think it can be better, but at least the recent weeks, at least the recent week was amazing. We got like 1,000 or 2,000 people per day watching the channel, which was amazing. And now today we have the live stream with 1.2 thousand views, 35 hours. The record was 70 people almost watching the channel at the same time, which was amazing, I know, because it's just crazy, and I'm very happy with this. Maybe we can reach 50 hours. We're at 35 now, but maybe we can reach 50. 35.6 now. Let's just check if you do have any new votes, I'm sorry. We do have. Now the lead is 7,000. And we're still missing the 8 precincts here. Now we got more in Montgomery. That's important. More in Montgomery because it was at 86. That 16,000 is correct because I don't know if it is correct. Let's just check here something. Montgomery. Where is Montgomery? Montgomery County is right here. Yes, it is correct. So 16,000 is correct. 4 points. So Montgomery is going to be like 5. Or 6. Montgomery usually votes with the state or the district, but a little bit more Democratic. So if this votes by 6, it can vote by 8. Look at this, more votes are coming now, and it was from Williamson, I think, and also from Robertson. So the votes are now much smaller number, even though it's like barely. You saw like the Republicans still have 1,000 or 2,000 votes, or even 3,000. You saw 3,000 or so. in terms of margin, even though now they're winning by 4.8. So these guys that were just betting like crazy in 0 to 5 are gone. They're not gonna win. And now you can see here is now it doesn't even appear. Now we have a 37 hours. We have 129 subscribers. Thank you for your support. Now we have 8 subscribers new in the live stream. That's amazing. And we're just missing 1 until the 130. And that's amazing. I don't know how much people we're having. 60? 49 people now at the same time. Let's just check if you have anything. We don't have any new comment. Now it's at 4. I don't know what happened. Nothing. But maybe now New York Times at 92. So we're almost finishing the live stream. Maybe like 30 minutes more or so. Now CNN just projected the Matt Van Apps to win the 7th Congressional District. And we're still missing the New York Times projection. They want every vote to be counted. I don't know why, because they can't make a projection right now. I don't know why they're waiting. But okay, let's just respect that. That's their decision. And now is CNN in my phone is saying GOP avoids major upset. Republican Matt Van Apps will win a special U.S. House election in Tennessee. CNN projects like 2 hours after they should have. But okay. It's the way they want to do things. It's the way they should have. It's the way they want. They can have it. Now they're at 18,000. So we're missing like 36,000, as I said in the beginning. So I'm going to just close this tab because it doesn't really matter. I'm only knowing it was a long shot GG, but it was an hour 22 district, so not unexpected. Yes, it was true. So you're not, I mean, in terms of the odds, they were like 90 to wait. It was understandable if you lose like 8 cents to bet in a very surprisingly thing to happen, but okay. Then bought too early, 83, and now, but now, I mean, he won a lot of money, like $800. That was great. But yeah, we're finishing the live stream. We still have like 30 minutes more. I just want to check, I don't just want to get the rest of the votes. And now we got the rest in Montgomery. Now we got more in Robertson, and we got the rest in Williamson. I don't know. But now the lead is bigger. The lead just grew to now 5.4. The lead is now 5.4. Hope after 6 around after this. Enjoyed her campaign. I mean, her campaign was very smart in the sense that she focused on affordability, which is the issue at the moment. And she talked about that in a populistic view, at least in my opinion of things. And she's saying that because Mandani won in New York in that sense of affordability, and she thought maybe that is great for Tennessee in terms of speaking about the issues people feel. Of course, that's important, and that's what people feel at this moment in those issues of affordability. But solutions is really what matters, and I think those politicians lack a lot of solutions. That's just my opinion. Okay, you can have another one. And we're still missing 8 precincts out of Davidson, so there's still some votes there. Not a lot, but like 1,000 or 2,000 votes, or not even that, because most of the Democrats voted early, and there are only Democrats in the city. Most of that. We're still having 60 people at the same time. Now we reached 130 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for another milestone. I'm very happy. Maybe I'm going to be just very ambitious, but maybe we can reach 140 even tonight. I don't know. But yeah, it's up to you guys. I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to have videos no matter what happens tonight, no matter what, if we win more or not. I'm going to have still videos. 5 videos per week, as you know, at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. If something bad happens, we're not going to have a video, but rarely that happens. So most of the times it happens. So yeah, now the live stream has 1.4 thousand views, which is amazing. Maybe I can check something if you do have anything new. Let's just check. No, we have another county finished. I don't know what is that one. Is Humphreys, I think. Humphreys is now finished. Or Hickman. I think it's Hickman. 7.8 points. So, yeah, not the swing they needed. Not the swing they needed. And now they still not a swing they needed by any point of view. Not a swing they needed by any point of view. Even though they did a great job, the Democrats, it was not enough as expected, because this is a very hard district for the Democrats. Maybe now, maybe we will. 59 people watching, 30 likes, amazing. Can we get now 6 out of 14? So we still have like 8 counties to finish. Even though this one in Dixon is almost finishing, there it only needs 1 precinct to go, and many of the counties are finished. Montgomery still have 18 precincts. But now, look, New York Times projected it. After 1,000 years, now finally they did it. They finally did it. They finally projected. Now the lead is 6 points, 5.9. Okay, so I think the 53 the New York Times said, it might be correct, okay, but they just said that like when 80% was in, and it was easy to project at that point. Even though we're still missing some votes in key Republican areas. Now we finished Dixon was already finished. It's only, but here we have 9 counties. So Wayne County is 7, Perry County is 15, we already watched that, but Houston is 12, we already watched that as well. Hickman is 8, 9 to Decatur, 9 to Benton. Maybe here now we have more. No, we should have 6 out of 14. Yeah, the here is still saying more than 95. Now we have 61 people watching. So we have everything, every network now projected. They were still estimating 27,000 votes to go, which is great. Still have 63 people now watching. I'm so happy Governor Lee is going to ask Secretary of State to investigate the FT committee. I'm sorry. I don't know about that. I'm sorry. I'm not really I'm not really from Tennessee nor from any part in the U.S. So I don't really know about that. But so I'm sorry for that. But if you want to subscribe to the channel, you'll be very welcome here. 130 now. Now 81,000 votes to. It was gonna be the 170,000 many. Than the NBC said probably, or more than that. Even though I don't know how. Okay, now we got a huge bump, 86 to 76,000. That's 10,000 now. It's still 10,000 here, so maybe we got Davidson County. No, we didn't. We didn't got Davidson County. No, we didn't got Davidson County. Okay, I don't know what part, because it was a lot of votes. Probably from Montgomery, because it's like very evenly competitive. Montgomery County. Let's just check. It was from Montgomery, so that makes sense. I don't know if the Republicans were able to do anything there. They were leading now we just got Montgomery. They led by 8. So maybe maybe I'm gonna be rich, because probably gonna win by 10. Because look, here the district was 21.5 and they won here by 19. So that was an underperformance by, in this there was a swing of around 2.5, I think. So if you want to apply the same swing, this means they're gonna win by 10.5, which doesn't mean it will be them final margin. Doesn't mean anything, to be honest. But we're still missing a little bit of election votes in some parts. Robertson County, for example. But I don't think it's enough. Now they're leading by 11,000, but I don't think it's enough. And Montgomery ended 10 points more Democratic. So only one county voted more Democratic than by a bigger margin than it should have in terms of flipping the state. We're still missing 2 very Republican counties. I know that, no, we're still missing here 2,000 votes or so, 1.5 thousand or so. And we're still missing, of course, the rest. Now we have 77 people at the same time. That's amazing. 77 people at the same time. I mean, I'm really living a dream, because this is really amazing. We're still missing that that county, which is important. Okay, it's important for the Republicans. it's not important in terms of winning, but it's important in terms of getting better margin because they want to show that they're slightly better than the margin they got. Because getting a 6 or even an 8, if that actually happens, it's not going to be a very great margin. Even though now they're leading by 7.5, so at least 8. I think 8 will be the margin, or 8, 9. So we're very in the dead heat of being 10. Even though they have 1% at being until less than 5, which is not going to happen. We still have 14,000 votes to go. Now we have 88,000 to... And I already have an 89,000 here. And now we're reaching 170,000, even though they're still saying here that we have 14,000 left, so maybe 184,000. If that happens, that will be 59% of 2024. For a special election in the middle of Tennessee, that's great. That means a lot of enthusiasm in this election happen. Now we have 73 people watching at the same time. We have 130 subscribers. Can we get 140 like in 10 minutes? If you do that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to promise anything. I cannot comply. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But maybe I can do here a poll or so. I don't know, how can you do that? Yeah, I don't know how that works, to be honest. We have 72 people watching. Amazing, literally amazing. I'm gonna end the live stream very, very soon. I'm just waiting for every county to finish its work. I don't know about Davidson County probably, but until the rest 4 comes in, or at least until the last ballot arrives from Robertson, because we're still missing at least a little bit close to 1,000 ballots in terms of Davidson County. We have 130 subscribers still. But we're still missing here like 300 votes and like smaller votes. Only Williamson and Robertson are missing. You can check here. No, here they're all counted, but I mean here. We're still missing 3 counties: Robertson, Stewart, and Williamson. When everything is more than 95% in, well, I'm gonna just close live stream because there's no point in me being here just waiting for 100 votes or so. Jersey City is still at 52%. We're still at... Now we're at 73 people. Same time. Amazing. And let's just check here. We're at 1.5 probably. 1.5. 1.8. 1.8 thousand people. Amazing. Now we're at 168,000. Let's just check if you do have anything new. Now we are at more than 90,000 for 93,000. Now we're still only missing 4 counties to finish this. So this will probably go up a little bit because we have like 8,000 votes or 4,000 votes, 4,000 new votes. I'm sorry. I don't know if you have any question about the channel, about me, about myself, about something, or about someone. You can ask me. Now, even my opinion. If we reach 135 subscribers tonight, you can ask my opinion about anything, about politics or anything you want. Okay? Because now we're at 130. And or maybe you can ask now. I don't care, to be honest. You can ask right now if you want. Because we're at 100 people watching at the same time. 100. So you can ask me wherever you want, okay? You can ask me if you have any question or any doubt or any point of view you want to share to the people here. Because it's really amazing. I mean, I don't know, this is going so well. Now we have 130 subscribers still. But yeah, maybe you have any question here I'm not answering to you. No, you don't have. Maybe you can ask me. You can ask me whatever you want, okay? I'm going to be very happy to answer you. But now the margin just went up to the incredible 8.7. So this will be very close. I said 10% that can happen, but maybe it can actually be so competitive at a point. I'm sorry, not so competitive. It's going to be so close to 10%, but we're still now. Okay, now Robertson County is gone, Williamson, and I say everything is gone apart from one county, I think. No, from two counties, Stewart and Williamson. But Williamson still have some votes. Williamson still have 1,000 or so. But the rest, it doesn't. It really doesn't, okay? It really doesn't. Maybe now we're at 11 of 14, so we're still missing 8 precincts in Davidson, 1 precinct in Stewart, and 1 precinct. So we're still missing 10 precincts. Okay, now we have 94 people watching, 99 people watching. What was expected margin for Epps to win by? How much did he underperform by? So if this ends at 9, which is the margin right now, 8.7, so we round it up to 9 just to make it things easier. The expected margin, at least for me, it was 9 to 10. That was my model. I showed you yesterday, not yesterday, I think it was on Sunday, on Friday, and one Wednesday. We got 3 videos about the selection, and I showed that was my model. That was 9 to 10. Okay, that was my margin. But many polls were showing the Republicans polls too. Probably polls that the Democrats made in order to show that this was more competitive than people thought. So maybe to energize Democrats to vote tonight. And they did. They voted in massive numbers for a special election that was not important at all because this is Tennessee, for God's sake. And now the margin is at 8.9. So actually it's going up more. I just want to check if we do have now everything at 99. If I know we still have more votes in Davidson. And I finally realized we have 2,000 votes there. But I said that we still have 8 precincts to go. So that was actually expected. So, I mean, nothing new. But we're going to have 180,000. So coming to your question, the margin expected, at least by people, was expecting like 5 or even, but we can go to Kalshi if you want. The margin expected before the election was 5 to 9, okay? And, it was more likely to go from 0 to 5 than 10 to 15. But now the margin is now projected to go to 5 to 10. It's going to be very competitive, at least there in terms of going to, it's going to be 9, so it's going to be very close to 10. And now we have 103 people at the same time. Amazing. I just want to say thank you to everyone. And this is the answer to your question. The margin expected, I think it was 5. Probably the Democrats a little bit more competitive. Now we have 131 subscribers. Thank you. Can you get to 140? Let's go. And now I think it was more competitive for less competitive than people thought. I think because people never thought it would be by 10. At least I said it. I said it in my model. Okay, I said that in my model. People probably said that was too much. I think the Democrats will do a little bit better because they were doing better before. This was a great job. As you asked by how much they underperformed, and they underperformed by a staggering, if you will, staggering. That's the word when we use a staggering. Let's just do it right now. Let's just do it here. By staggering 12.6 points. 12.6 points. That's the underperformance. And it's accordingly, I applied to my model a swing of 10 plus the turnout. So that was actually the true thing about this. So actually what happened, okay? And right now we're at 11 of 14, 93,000, even though here it's the same thing. Okay, we still have the same thing and everything. I'm still missing 9,000 votes. So we're actually almost there. Can reach, I'm just looking because probably can reach a little bit more subscribers. Now we have 132 subscribers. Let's go. It's amazing. I'm just very happy with all of this. And it's just amazing. I mean, I don't even have words because I never thought this would be possible. And now you guys really been supporting myself in this. And it's really now 3 a.m. in the country I am. In the Portugal, it's 3 a.m. right now. And now we have 2.2 thousand views, 58 hours of people watching this, and it's just amazing. And I don't know if you do have, I'm just waiting for the rest of the votes, and if you have any questions, I'm going to be here. I can be here waiting until you have more questions, or if you have anything to ask, I'm going to be very happy to answer you. So now you have 137 people just going out of nuts. Let's just wait. No, we don't have any new questions. I'm just waiting. You can ask me whatever you want. I have 140 people watching the watching the live stream, and you don't want to ask anything. Why? Those 140 people cannot ask me anything. I'm gonna be very happy to answer to you. I'm gonna be happy to give you my own opinion, okay? This channel is supposed to be, and if you subscribe to this channel is 100% unbiased. We do predictions based on mathematics, based on demographics, based on facts, okay? But you can ask me my own opinion. It doesn't matter at this point. You can ask me. I'm gonna be very, very happy to use this little part of the live stream to answer to you. Okay, it's almost 10 p.m. or 11. Bad policies loses again. It's your opinion. I mean, it's your opinion. And now you're in the part that I can say my own opinion. I'm not really Democrat, nor I'm Republican, and I'm being very honest when I say this, though I'm slightly more Republican. But I'm not MAGA, okay? I'm not MAGA, so but I respect everybody, okay? That's why I made this channel. I respect everybody. I'm not MAGA. I'm a little bit more Republican. I'm a little bit more like a Reagan Republican. You can just quit the live stream if you don't like me, but I'm gonna be I like you, okay? It doesn't matter your political beliefs, doesn't matter anything. I like you the same way I liked before I knew that. So that's really the point. I mean, we should live in a democracy and we should respect each other by our own opinions. I don't hate you because you don't agree with me. That's just bullshit. I don't think you should do that. And really, I mean, I may not agree with you in most other things, but I should respect you as a person, as a human being, even though I may not agree with 99% of what you're saying. And I respect left, right, center people because I don't care about what your political beliefs. Of course, I care about that, but it's in terms of political discussion. I don't care about that as you defining you as a person, okay? Because that's a different story. The political beliefs don't define you as a person. And now we're at 134 subscribers. I'm going to be very happy. In my country, if I went to the US, because I plan to doing that later, if I go to the US, probably I will be defined as center-right or right-leaning or so. That's probably the thing I would be defined there. But here in Portugal, I'm sorry, in the US, I'll probably be defined as center-left for you. But in Portugal, I'm right-leaning. Because here in Europe, and you might not understand that, but here in Europe, your people that you call like communists and socialists and left-leaning people like Bernie Sanders or AOC or Mandani, here in Portugal, they will be called social democrats and people who are from the center right or the center left, okay? And that's really a different thing. And I want to discuss this. I don't want to discuss this with hate, with people just saying, I hate you because you don't agree with me in this political issue. It's not about that. Democracy is not about any. I have more than 100 people here watching me, and we should be just so. We need to protect democracy, but we should not be saying that person and that group of people is going to harm our democracy, because that's not how things are. We should just sympathize with everybody, and we should try to understand the other guy's point of view. And we might not agree at the end of the day, and I might say that Milton Friedman is my favorite economist, and you might say that your favorite is Keynes, and I'm going to be very happy with that, because that's the point of disagreeing happily and disagreeing passionately about every or any kind of issue. Doesn't really matter, and people are just trying to make anything as kind of a contest of showing that I'm better than you because I believe in that thing and you believe in that one thing. That's not how we should be, okay? That's really my opinion. And I made this channel in the sense of being unbiased because I just felt that many of the media outlets are being biased towards one side or the other. You have Fox News, you have NBC News, you have CNN, you have Newsmax. Those have clearly biases. And we should not be like that. We should have the independent. Of course, I'm not a media outlet. I'm just here trying to make predictions about elections. I'm trying to do demographics explaining you. I'm trying to explain why Latinos are voting more for Trump. Why that? Afton said some really dumb crap that even normal liberals were questioning her. Words have consequences. She would have more turnout if she stuck to the economics instead. She went orange bad, man bad. That's another point of view in terms of her campaign, and she probably should have thought about that before she did that, if that is true, because I don't know. I didn't watch the campaign, to be honest. I only watched the money that was pouring into the campaign. And about my political views, I would say that I'm a liberal in many social issues. I believe that gays and the LGBT community should have the right to exist. The right to exist is different from the right to to make that thing popular in terms of everyone wants to be like that. That's a different thing. But they have the right to exist. I believe in abortion, and I'm going to say many Republicans are going to say that that's killing, and I understand your opinion. But that's my opinion, okay? We can have both. And now I'm just losing viewers because I'm saying this. It doesn't matter. It's my opinion, okay? And I'm going to be very happy to disagree with you about this, but this is my opinion. And also, I believe that we should have a capitalist system as we have right now. So I'm a capitalist in terms of economic views, okay? Reading from Virginia, I'm happy that Matt Van Epps won. Also, I really was afraid after Beth whenever was going to win, but thankfully she lost. I mean, she was never going to win, to be honest. I never thought that would be possible. I think that would be a very huge upset to the Republican Party and to the Trump administration, and because they have such a small majority, and that would be a very, very hard moment for any Republican, and that was really not possible, at least in my view, okay? And you say fortunate for you, but yeah, you can have in your two points of view. For me, it doesn't matter, to be honest, because even though I said I'm more Republican than Democrat, it's not by these small election I'm going to decide who is better, because I don't really know. I didn't watch both candidates, and to be honest, to give you a proper opinion, I should have watched more. And now we got more, another county. Now we're at 12 out of 14, and we got everything out of Davidson. Even though, look at this, the Democrats got a little bit more of a majority, but everything was, now they even ended at below 80 as expected. But you get the picture. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna thank you for your comment because it was really kind. And one thing that is also kind is subscribing to the channel. Okay, I'm just gonna be very insisting on this for the whole night. I'm gonna be live in the live stream like in 30 minutes from now. I'm just waiting for the 3,000 votes we have left because I'm gonna be here until the end. It's now 3 a.m. in my time zone, 3 a.m. UTC. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's 9 p.m. Central time if you are from Tennessee. And we got 3,000 people tuning in. Now we have 137 people. Now we have 156 people. It's amazing. I mean, I don't even have words. I'm going to be here. If we reach 200, I'm going to be here until 3:30, okay? 4 a.m., I'm sorry. I'm going to be here an hour. If you have any questions, because if you don't, I'm not here doing anything, to be honest. But if you do have questions, that'll be great to watch. But I mean, having 100 plus people at the same time, it's really, really amazing. It's really amazing, and I'm really, really happy with the way this live stream went, because I never thought it would be possible in such an election, because I know the Democrats created a lot of things about this election, but I never thought this would be possible. Eastern Tennessee in Chattanooga, Knoxville in the Tri-Cities, it falls Eastern time. Yeah, I know that. That region of Tennessee is actually very interesting. You do have a lot of hills, I think, in this region of Tennessee, exactly, because it's from North Carolina. I'm sorry, where is North Carolina? North Carolina. This region here is very beautiful, at least in my opinion. I never went there, of course. I never went to the US, unfortunately, but that region is quite beautiful. Knoxville, yeah. Chattanooga, yeah, exactly. It's from that region, the Eastern time, that Tennessee. But this district is all in Central time, I think. Yeah, I think it's also in Central time. Yeah, I've been there before, and it's nice. Yeah, it is nice. It is a nice region. I don't know. It's 3 a.m. If you I mean, I'm having a huge support. That's why I don't want to end the live stream. We're at 136 subscribers. If we reach 140, I'm gonna end. If we reach 150, I mean, I don't think it's possible, to be honest. That's why I don't want to ask things that are not possible. Some people just say stupid goals, and then probably not going to reach that, and it's going to be very sad and not motivated. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Happy that Matt Van Epps won. Okay, you're all happy when we don't have Democrats here. Maybe I can do a poll. I don't know if you can do a poll. If you can do a poll, I don't know if we can do a poll. Maybe we can do it here. Start a Q&A. Start a Q&A. I don't start a Q&A. I know you'll be watching this, but I don't think it has any problem. Democrat or Republican? Democrat, Republican. Let's just check which party are you from. Democrat. Let's just put like D here, R, and it's great. Probably it's easier. Let's just check which party are you from. The margin would have been thinner if the Democrats had chosen an Ohio or Tennessee candidate. Probably because Tennessee is not a huge great state for Democrats, so they might have chosen a better person in terms of that. Okay, so now we have three votes for the Republicans. They're only Republicans, so we don't have Democrats here. I don't know why. Why we don't have Democrats? We're very happy. I'm very happy if you do have Democrats. By the way, most of my friends are Democrats, so I don't care. I don't have any hate for you. I don't choose people based on their party. I'm not one of those. And now we're at 8 votes, and most are Republicans. So I understand how or why you are happy about this. Let's just bring me here something, because my phone is at 9%. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, really, I need to charge my phone, but I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm back. Let me just shrink this thing because we don't need that. Okay. Yeah, only if did not help. Yeah, I agree saying I hate country music. I hate what makes Tennessee. I mean, you cannot be in a Republican state saying those things. That's just how things are, to be honest. Let's just check how we don't have Democrats here. We don't have Democrats. That's really sad. Maybe we can, if you do have friends, maybe you can invite some Democratic people there to the live stream, because it's so sad when we don't have Democrats. I want to have diversity. Okay, I'm not one of those that defend DEI, to be honest with you, but I do find it great when it's not like mandatory by the government. I know my opinions are not so democratic aligning if you go to the US, but okay, I'm gonna be very happy if you do have the two kinds of people here in the chat. Go to Virginia, we have Democrats. Yeah, I mean, Virginia is a blue state. It's not a purple state. People will call it a purple state, but it's not a purple state. It's a blue state. I mean, we earned a lot of subscribers today. I'm very happy. Okay, I'm very happy. We're only 13 away from 150. Can we reach 150? That would be such an amazing thing. And now we're at almost 4,000 in the live stream. I'm gonna just wait until we reach 5. I'm just kidding. I don't care, to be honest. Now we're at 112 people. People are just going down, but we were actually doing great. I mean, in terms of votes, we're at 180,000. We still have 2,000 left. I don't know in terms of counties. It's like 1 county or 2 counties. It's only 1 county. We're only finishing 1 county. It's only 1 precinct. I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna end the live stream because I really need to go to sleep. Because it's now 3 a.m. here, and I need to wake up like 9:30 or so. That's in 6 hours. I'm gonna be very happy to go to sleep with this live stream, to be honest. Well, I mean, I live in Virginia. We have Democrats, and we border Tennessee. Yes, you border Tennessee because the U.S. is such an amazing country, and they have such large borders. Like you border Virginia in this part with many of the Republican, very conservative counties, like the northern part of Tennessee. Good night, buddy. Yeah, I'm still gonna be here until you finish counting in Tennessee, because it's still a little bit. Yeah, you still have a little bit to go in Tennessee. 119 people, 102 people now. We should have 102 people, so that's... We have 4,000 views, 89 hours. 89 hours. I mean, it's amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you. Now, but I don't understand one thing. We have 100 people watching the live stream, but we don't have 100 new subscribers. Why? It can't be all subscribers. So please, if you're there, why you're not subscribing to the channel? It's not difficult. Now we have 99 people. However, I live in the northern part of the state near DC, where it's more democratic. Yeah, I mean, that part of Virginia is really democratic. You have the Nova area, Northern Virginia area, and it's like you have Fairfax County, have Prince William County, and Loudoun County, if I'm correct. And those are, Loudoun County is like 20 points Democratic. Prince William is like 25, 30 points Democratic. I'm not from the UK, okay? I'm not, probably you're, I'm not from the UK, okay? I'm not from the UK. I'm from Portugal, okay? And now we have 139 subscribers. Thank you. We're only 11 out of 150 subscribers. And I'm not from the UK. I'm from Portugal, okay, which is a very small country in Europe. You might not know it, but it's a very small country in Europe. But it's a really amazing country in terms of climate and weather and all of those things. But in terms of the things that really matter, to be honest, it's not really great. Now we're at 140 subscribers. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Now we're still at 100 people watching, which is amazing. Now we're at 88, so the people are just going down because probably you're not saying anything great, and we're only missing one comedy, which will be like 2,000 votes. But not addressing you, sorry for your No, it's okay, it doesn't matter. I know we're Portuguese. Yeah, but it's a very small country, like most people don't know it. It's right by Spain, yeah, exactly, on the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, like we only have the sea separating Portugal from the US, so But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I just said because probably many people don't know what Portugal is. It's just the reason why I said that. Now we have 142 subscribers. Only eight. Let's go. Only 8 out of 150. Only 8. Only 8. It's really amazing. I mean, we're doing a great job, and this really motivates me to continue producing content. But it's really, I never thought, to be honest. But now we're going a little bit down in terms of concurrent use, which is normal, which is expected. I have also heard some of those countries that say from the other side of the pond. Portugal has serious problems with immigration, correct? I mean, if you want to say, we do have some. No, I will not call it problems, but I would call it problems. I need to be honest with you guys. We do have some problems because we got like 2 million. I'm not gonna say 2 million. 1.5 million. I think it's the official number in like 6 or 7 years of immigrants coming like from many of the Eastern countries. Okay, not from Europe, from Asia, especially from Asia, from India, from those countries, okay? We got like a lot of those people. 1.5 million of those people inside our country is like 15% of our population in just 6 years. And the problem is not that those immigrants are not integrated into the community at least in the proper level, because it was really hard to get a lot of people at the same time, and it also have now a housing problem. No, it's not all due to that, but it was just another factor. And the housing problem in Portugal is probably a little bit because of that pressure in the public services, because we do have health system and all of that you don't have in the US. I'm not saying it's great or bad, because the health system, even though it's quote unquote free, because it's not free, we pay taxes, we pay a lot of taxes. And like our income tax goes up to 45%, and then we have social security, which is 11%, and then the company will also pay 24%, which is crazy. I mean, our taxes are so high, and we do have some problems that immigration made them worse. But it's not only fault about immigration. It's not fault only of immigration, because some politicians here in Portugal made things made things very, very easy to them to come to our country, but not things in terms of being regulated and all of those stuff. And now we have a lot of illegals because of that, illegal aliens, as you call it in the U.S. But as a European Union dedicated to Union member nations to accept immigrants, yes, that's also a thing. But they cannot dictate in terms of the if we can accept or not that person in specific. And we did accept a lot of people that had criminal records. I don't mean entering the country illegal as a criminal record, because it is, but I don't mean that. I mean in terms of people who actually murdered people elsewhere and then came to our country, and we didn't have our previous government. Now we have a center-right government, which, I mean, it's kind of a, it's for the US it's center left, but for Portugal it's center right to right, and they're trying to do some changes in our labor laws, in terms of how companies approach employees and all that stuff. But it was interesting because the previous government, it was a socialist government. They really tried to open our borders in terms of everybody enters and nobody gives nobody gives nothing about the people. And now they're just here because we don't have work to everybody. And we do have now a little problem. I'm not going to say we do have a problem of security about immigration, because that's really being mischaracterizing it. But we do have some problems now because of that portion of people. It was not all the immigrants, because most of the immigrants are great. But the portion of immigrants that shouldn't have come in the first place, they actually get in because of those open border policies. Now we're not in a great place. But as the European Union no, they already lost. The Republicans are so gracious. Yes, but they won. And the EU forces make people to take immigrants, not direct them to blackmail other countries. Anthony Ben said some really stupid or really questionable things during her campaign. Yeah, probably, because I thought this could be more competitive, to be honest. And I've seen hundreds of illegal landings on your shores. Yes, that's also very important, because we are like some weeks ago, we got a boat from in the Algarve, which is a very southern region where Americans love to spend the the holidays there. And we got like 20 or 25 people there in a boat coming in from Morocco or so. And it's really sad to see them in that way, but the ways that they can't stay here, and our governments just now they're just sending the people back to their country, because now we have a different government and they're actually doing something. Even though I don't like everything, they're actually doing something to improve that problem. Okay. No country anywhere should have open borders. It was not 100% open borders, but the policy was you can just come to Portugal and say, I'm looking for a job, and we're gonna let you in, which that is nothing. If I want to come to the US, I need to apply for a visa, and I need to have a proof that I'm gonna have a job there. It's not like I go there and just pretend to be finding a job and then just live out of social welfare, which is what happens here in Portugal. I'm not saying because it's so sad to speak about this problem, because it's not everybody that is like this. Most of them are not. But then, just for a small portion of the whole immigration population, because I'm planning to be an immigrant in the future, and that's why I'm not going to go to that country because I want to just go exploit that country. I'm going to go there because I want to work, and I want to improve that society. I want to improve that country. I want to do that. I want to do things to make that country more productive. So. I really find it very, very stressful. If you want to come to a country just not to help it, it's not, for me, it's not correct. But it's really this problem, and some people are just mischaracterizing when they're speaking about this sometimes. And I think we do have problems because we need to have borders, of course. We need to have it. We need to have some control, of course, and we need to be also a human. We think like them, like as human beings as well, which is also very important. I mean, only 7 subscribers away from the 150, and as soon as we reach 150, I'm gonna go to sleep, because I need to tomorrow. I'll need to be wake up like in about 5 hours or 5.5 hours from now. So yeah, I'm just really waiting until we reach. Please do. We have 135 people watching. We're only 7 subscribers away from the 150 mark. Now we're at 5,000 views. And that's really amazing as well. 104 hours watched in this live stream, which is also amazing. It's also amazing as well. And now we're at 145 subscribers. Thank you. We're only 5 away. Let's go. 5 in 5 minutes. I'm just, but it's really amazing. I'm really happy with the current state of the live stream. Also, thank you for your support. I was here for like 2.5 hours or so. That was also great for me because it's really hard to be here in this time, in these hours. It's 3 a.m., 3:30 almost. I'm sorry. And yeah, it was a really nice election. It was competitive, not so competitive because I thought maybe the Democrats might have won Montgomery if this was to be so competitive. They might have been more competitive in Montgomery, and it was not really that thing competitive. Now we're at 146 subscribers. We're only 4 away from the mark, and it's really amazing. We're only 4. If you have your final questions, you can ask right now. I just want to check here the poll. So you got 71 votes, 54 Republicans and 46 Democrats. 46% Democrats. That's really great. I mean, it was not bad. It was mostly evenly split, which is representative of the country, which is evenly split as well. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice live stream, to be honest. Yeah, next live stream will be on January, I think, of Texas. Texas will have a special runoff election of a special election as well but the runoff of the 18th district, I think. Because yeah, this happened the first round, if you will. It's happening on November 5th, November 4th, I'm sorry, when it happened the Virginia and New Jersey elections. And now I think this will be also interesting to watch on January. I think it's at the end, at the final weeks of January as well. And now we're at 149. I'm only one out of the 150 mark, and that will be the end of the last stream, okay? Because I was here for a lot of time, and I am really tired, okay? I wake up like almost 24 hours ago, so that was really hard for me to be here. But I said, I promised I'm gonna do this, and it's amazing. I'm just really talking about some nonsense because it's nonsense, and I'm waiting for Cricket to be replaced. I don't know what that person is, or who that person is, or what that is. I'm sorry, to be honest. I'm sorry to you, but if you're gonna explain yourself, that's probably better for me to understand it. But we're almost finishing because we're at 149. We're only missing one, and the person who will subscribe to the one, you can say, because I want to congratulate you personally. And now we have 80 votes, and it's 50-50. It's really amazing. I mean, I don't have words. I don't have words to thank you because it was. Now we have 150 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this moment. It was really amazing. I know we still have a long way to go until 1,000 because that's the goal, of course, for monetization in YouTube. I'm really being honest about you. Of course, the goal of monetization is 1,000, as you know, but we still have a long way to go there. And I'm gonna end the live stream here because I think we did great. We did great. The live stream was great, and also in terms of the election, I think it was interesting to watch until the end. I think we saw one part. I'm just gonna here send the. I'm just gonna here. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna here send the link if you want to donate to the channel. If you want to help the channel, I just shared this once. This live stream, I'm just gonna share it twice. Not a long time because I don't want to be so just begging for money. If you want to help, you can donate to that PayPal link. I'm just gonna wait like 2 minutes if you want to donate anything. just to help the channel a little bit. I'm not, of course, begging to you. If you want to donate, I'm gonna be very happy to that. But if you don't want to donate, okay, it's okay as well, of course. And I still think we don't have the final county reported. Okay, which is, no, we have the final numbers. Everything is reported. I don't know if here we do have it. No, we don't. But the final, we do have the final probably here. No, we don't. It was very, very, but like this: 96,988 for the Republicans and 81,044 votes for the Democrats. That was lead off 15,000. That was enough for the Democrats to win. Okay, now we have 151 subscribers, still winning, which is amazing. I don't know how much views you have. Maybe you can wait until 6,000. I don't know. Let's just check here how many views we have in the live stream. But yeah, if you are not gonna wait a lot about this because I really need to go. We have 5.9 thousand, which is amazing. Okay, but maybe now we're almost at 160 people watching. I don't know why we have so much people watching right now, 130 people, because I'm not saying anything interesting, to be honest, and you're really amazing. We're still staying here, which is, now we have 220 people. I don't know, that is true, 220 people? I mean, I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening this. I'm gonna stay here 15 more minutes, okay? I'm gonna stay here 15 more minutes. Because I don't know. I'm gonna stay here for 15 more minutes. You wanted me to stay here until 8 a.m. or in Portugal. I'm gonna stay here 5 more hours or so. But I can't because I need to go. But I'm gonna stay here 15 more minutes. If you have any question, you can ask me. I'm gonna be very happy to answer. I'm gonna say this multiple times because I'm just here very happy to the current results of the live stream. 197 people at the same time, which is, I mean, I don't have words. You know what is having 190 people at the same time? I don't know how much subscribers I have, but I have 151. But if you want to reach to 160, I said I would end the live stream. But look, about, if you want my opinion about Trump, because probably gonna lose everybody when I say this, or no, or probably not, because I don't know if is my audience more Republican or Democrat. Let's just check, because I have the poll there, and it's now 50-50. Interesting. So we have an evenly splitted audience, which is great. Of course, it was my idea from the get-go. Okay, to get a evenly splitted audience. But my opinion about Trump is quite simple. I don't like Trump, but I don't hate him. Okay, it's my opinion about Trump is like neutral. I don't really like him. I don't see him as MAGA people see it, but I don't see it like Democrats see him. I think he is not great, but he's not so bad as people say sometimes. So that's like it's like a moderated view of Trump. And I'm not going to say why I would have voted in 2024 this time. Probably when we reach 200. Of course, it was not going to be today, so I'm not going to be so concerned about that. But it's really a reveal, at least in these times. I don't know if you have anything to say, because there is very little of election, very little. Yeah, that's about that very little coverage elections about Crockett, or whatever that name is called. Now we have 152 subscribers. Thank you for the new subscribe. I'm going to say that thank you multiple times until we're actually having, we're at 220? No? 190, 184. I mean, I don't know why you guys still here, because I'm not saying anything. I'm just literally loving bad expected result. I mean, it was expected result. I said this would happen. People would just say this will be much more competitive. I never thought this would be more competitive. And I'm just going to say something right now. You can subscribe to the channel. Now I have 153 subscribers, but you can leave the live stream, because I'm going to end this. Okay, I don't have more energy to be here. This takes a lot of energy. Literally. I'm very, very tired, okay? But if you are here, I'm going to stay here. So you're going to just... And if we reach 200, I'm going to... Of course, I'm not going to reach 200 tonight, but if we reach 200... I'm going to reveal why I voted in 2024. Of course, not going to reach that. Really, I need to go, to be honest. We have 162 people. I don't know what is happening today. Look, I did the live stream of Virginia special election. We got like 25 people at the same time, and I thought that was amazing. We got the Arizona special election as well, and I got 45 people at the same time in record. That was amazing. And we got as well the and then we got the disappointment of the so-called, that was the full coverage of all that, of all of that, of in the Virginia, Jersey, New York, all of that stuff, and that it was just a disappointment because nobody was watching. Okay, and I thought maybe I'm gonna do this tonight. It's gonna be great, but it's not gonna be as great as Arizona. And this was amazing because I'm here literally talking to nothing great, and I still have 180 people watching, which is amazing. So just we don't have any donation, but that is okay. Okay, I don't care. Of course I care, but it's okay. Okay, I respect you. You may not want to do it. You may not have money as well, so it's okay. I'm not really so sad. I'm not gonna be begging to you like, please. I'm gonna be desperate. Of course, I'm not gonna be desperate about it. I'm really more. I really want more subscribers instead of money in this point. But we have now 155 people still, which is now we have 7,000 views in this live stream. I'm gonna wait until we reach 10,000 views. Okay, I'm just really saying. Now we have 153 subscribers. Can we reach 160 tonight? If you do have any question, now we have 123. Now people is going out of this live stream. Maybe you can ask me, but you're not asking anything. Maybe I can ask some poll that is like a little bit interesting. Maybe I can ask a new poll that is more interesting than this last one, because asking a Democrat or Republican is not as great as asking, are you starting a poll? Maybe I need to finish this poll, which will be right now. And then I'm gonna that was the finish of the poll, and I was gonna start a poll, which means, do you like Trump? Or better, are you a supporter of Trump? Are you a supporter of Trump? Let's go. Are you a supporter of Trump? Now we're gonna see the guys that are MAGA. Okay, I'm just kidding. I respect you all. Okay, sometimes I say these things like just kidding with people, but it's kidding. It's literally kidding. And I don't really care which guy you support. Now let's go. We have 50-50. At this point, we have 6 votes in this 50-50. Let's go. We have now 7.3 thousand views. 7.3 thousand views. I'll literally have 9.5 thousand in the live stream has 7.3 thousand 136 hours, which is amazing. Now we have 10 votes, and it's yes is winning now. 60-40. I don't want to have here, to be honest. And now they updated everything, and now we're good to go. Okay, so let's just see. We can move to here because I want to check, to be honest. Now we have 12 votes, 58-42. So actually the yes is taking a little bit off. Now the no is good, is up to 42. Now we have 7.4 thousand. We're almost there. Only 2.5 thousand views until we reach 10,000. We have how much people watching? 155. I don't really know what you see in this live stream. This live stream was great. It was great when we got results, but now it's not great at all. Literally. Of course, we're really discussing about politics, but GOP needs to get their butts in gear, or they're gonna lose a lot in Congress, I guess. Yes, they might need to change something. Otherwise, they'll be in bad shape for the midterms. That is true, but there's enough time, and probably if we avoid a recession, that'll be better for them. But we really need to, let me just check here the views in terms of views. Yeah, look at this. This is great. So in like 30 minutes, we got like 2,000. So if this goes accordingly, we gonna get the 2.5 thousand we still need in the time we're in like 20 minutes or 10 minutes from now. But as you're saying, let's just check here what you're saying. The Republicans really need to be aware of this, really need to be cautious, because if this swing of 10 replicates along the country, of course, not going to be great for them. They're going to suffer a lot, and they don't want that. As they don't want that, they need to work in order to actually improve something, because I know the economy is not easy to solve, but it was not easy for Biden, and Biden was just tortured into that. Literally, people just said the economy is not working, but it was not working for any candidate. Not for Biden, not for Trump, not for anybody. I clicked yes, even though I'm not a fan, but I support his policies. Okay, it's fair. Can President Trumpstein vote for Stormy Daniels? Trumpstein, that's interesting. That's funny. Also, that's one of the issues that I completely disagree with Trump. Trump said during the campaign that he would release the files, and now he's just blocking it because some suspicious things happened. Okay, maybe he found out something. I'm not going to say the thing because you know what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to say the word because probably I'm going to get a little bit of trouble if I say it. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know why this is reproducing, to be honest. Also, FT ban trying to forcibly enter the governor's office, I'm sure didn't help her. I don't know those state issues because that's very particular. I don't know, to be honest. And cancel my trip to Nashville. My dollars get spent in Democrat states. And now we're almost at 200 people again. So I don't know. Let's just check here something. Maybe can go to YouTube just to check how much people. And Kornacki was live streamed for 2 hours. That's why I probably left his live stream and went back to mine. We're at 153 subscribers. Can we reach to 200? Let's go. We're at 2.3 now. Probably less than that. And now the poll is 50 votes, and Trump is losing, or at least we have 66% of non-supporters of Trump. So even though we have like slightly more Democrats than Republicans with 122 votes, we have much more people that are not supporters of Trump. In this poll, personally, I would have voted no, because I still disagree with more things about him than the things I agree, even though it's like evenly divided for me, to be honest. Yeah, now it's almost 4 a.m. for me. It's like, I don't know, probably 11 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Central time. I know. Maybe I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you from Tennessee? Literally the state that that we were having an election, or from Tennessee, or from like New York or California, Texas, and Florida? I don't know, any other state. Maybe just waiting for your answer. Then, yeah, almost 11 p.m. Eastern time, as I was saying. Look, we're at how much? 153 subscribers. Let's just check here. 153. Let's go to 160 people, and we'll have 170. So we should now be at least 177 subscribed, because we're at 191 concurrent views. Should be at least at 191 concurrent and 191 subscribers. So, but we're not. But at least we should have those. We should have just 200 people that are now watching the live stream new subscribers. So it will be like at almost 400. But please subscribe to the channel. It's not difficult, and it doesn't cost you any money, any single money. I'm not planning you. This videos, even though the channel might have a premium section in the future, I'm not planning to make the channel pay, like you need to pay to get access to the videos. Maybe 1 or 2 per month or so, but not the majority of it. That's not my point of this channel. The channel was created on July 15th, and now it's like 5 months old, but now the channel is really getting a bump. Now we started the live stream at 121, and now we won like 30. We're at 153, so that's literally amazing. We're at 72 likes. Can I reach 100 as well? That's really great as well. Now we're at 1.8 thousand views of our goal of reaching, but we're still at 200 people. I don't know what you see in the live stream. Now the lead is now 66 votes. As soon as we reach 120 or so, I'm gonna just create another poll about are you from Tennessee or not, because you cannot create two polls at the same time, I think, which is really sad. Yeah, we cannot create two polls. How can someone vote Republican still? Are you stupid? I mean, this Republican Party, this is my opinion, attention. All of this part of this live stream is also all my opinion. This Republican Party is really hard because I don't really agree with most of what they defend, because they're not the old Republican Party. The MAGA would call it the Rhinos, the Republican in name only. Like you would say, I don't know, maybe governor of New Hampshire. Now he's the governor of New Hampshire, the Senator Susan Collins from Maine, and many of the so-called moderate part of the Republican Party. But I really identify with the Reagan presidency, for example. He said something, a quote, I'm going to say it right now. He said, you can go to France, but you can't become a French. You can go to Germany, but you can't become a German. But you can go to America. You can actually be an American. That's actually a very powerful quote from him. How can some... Oh, okay, that's the same comment. Breaking news, Trump's personal library just burned down. The fire consumed both books, and he hasn't even finished recording the second one. What the hell is that? Here the U.S. pulled budget and put Donald picture on the front of the sled. Nobody else can make America go downhill faster. Look, some people don't view that thing as... I find it funny to hear your comments, be honest, and find it interesting to discuss this subject, because it's actually important to discuss it, even though we might not agree in anything. Let's just, it's actually interesting to discuss it. Now we're at 153. Where are the new subscribers, guys? Please subscribe to the channel. Like, I'm here for more than almost 3 hours. I'm here. It's almost 4 a.m. in my country. I'm still here. And please, guys, subscribe to the channel. It's not easy. It's not difficult. I'm sorry. Of course, it's easy. Now we're in 1.4 thousand views until 10,000. 10,000 views in this live stream. I never thought this would be possible. The Pope and Donald Trump are standing in front of a large crowd. Pope says to Trump, "Do you know that one little wave of my hand I can make every person in the crowd go wild with joy?" Amazing. 74 likes now, 188 concurrent viewers. Amazing. Now we have 89 votes in the poll, and 73% says they don't support Trump. Amazing. That's also very interesting. Epstein. Where is Epstein? I'm not in his island, I promise. I promise. This joy will not be a momentary display like that of your followers. They go deep in their hearts, and for the rest of their lives, whenever they speak of this, they will rejoice. This, of course, was a win for the Republican Party in terms of they won the Congressional District. But this was not a huge win in terms because they underperformed by a lot, and if this replicates in 2026, they might get into a lot of trouble. Trump supporter since 2016. Okay. But I have a personal question for you. Why do you like Trump? What do you like in him? What do you view in him that you don't view, for example, in other parts of the Republican Party? Like, I'm not going to say Bush, but probably like Reagan or so. Or you might probably like Reagan as well, I don't know. But that's a really important question. Why people that like Trump like Trump? For me, that's a very interesting question, because I want to understand why I'm not into sociology, I promise you. I don't like those courses, but I'm just really trying to understand that. Dems did well since Tennessee's a +17 term approval. Yes, but this part of the district has a little bit of Democratic areas, which is Nashville. So probably the rest of Tennessee might be more Republican in this specific district, because this district was 20 Trump plus 22, but I think Trump won Tennessee by a slightly bigger margin. I think by 30. Yes, by 10 points. So if you apply that swing, it will probably be the same. They're in a cult. I'm sorry, just to read the first one. FC #1 fan of Tim Obama. They're in a cult, MAGA cult. Yeah, some can be, and now, but it's interesting because we in this poll, at least in this channel right now, we got a poll like 30 minutes ago or so, and whether people are Democrat or Republican, we got like an evenly split electorate, if you will. And now we checked again whether they like Trump or not, and 76% says they don't like Trump, even though those, at least of those 76, 25, I assume every Democrat hate Trump, but 25% of the Republican, at least 50% of the Republicans are saying they don't like Trump either, which is, of course, this is not representative of the state of the country as a whole, but it's interesting to watch. Let's check the subscribers, not the subs. The subs is where the Republicans are 153. Where are the new subscribers? I mean, 153, still 153. I have 126 people watching. Trump kept all of his promises in the first term, which was refreshing for a politician. Also, Hillary Clinton's husband helped win my ancestral country of Yugoslavia. Oh, okay. Okay, but I mean, Trump did not kept all of his promises. I mean, of course, you cannot blame Trump for the pandemic. Now we have 205 people. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if we're experiencing problems, because here it says that we're experiencing problems. I mean, I don't know. Trump did not kept all of his promises. That's just a fact. Probably he could kept more than the previous politicians, but he did not kept all. He did not keep all of his promises. He's really keeping all of Trump saying out of word, like really, bro. Trump didn't keep any promise. A single one, he might. I mean, it's really hard to find a promise Trump. I mean, you can say it's really hard to really think about that and say about immigration. You can say Trump is keeping one of his promises. Probably, I don't know. Maybe you could agree with me. Maybe Trump is. I'm gonna just create a new poll, because this new poll is. I'm just gonna end with it because it's already 123 people. And Trump, most of people are non-supporter of Trump. I'm going to create a new poll just asking, are you from Tennessee? Yes, no. I think Tennessee is correctly written. I'm sorry if it's not. Now we only 400 views until 10,000. Let's just go here. Ooh, we have no. Most of people are not from Tennessee, which is expected, because I don't expect this too much these people to be from Tennessee. But yeah, how many? Trump did not spot a divorce. Yeah, that is completely true. Um. It is completely true as well. I'm from Virginia, but I wished I lived in Tennessee. So you can move if you want. It's the same country. You don't have that problem. Of course, I'm just joking. Okay, don't mind. But most of people are not from Tennessee, as I would expect. While liberals talking points now, and people being mad at Trump. I mean, just say because cost of living is going up, of course it's going to go up. Trump should have never said it. He will bring it down. Otherwise, I know it's the reason why he won the election, partially, but That's not possible to lower the cost of living. Whoever says that is just dumb, economically speaking. You can only lower the cost of living when you are in a recession or something like that, and you don't want to go into Great Depression again, because during Great Depression prices went down. There's no way. There's no other way. And Trump also said about immigration, and liberals are now saying that maybe the way Trump is dealing with immigrants are not the most human way of doing so. That's just some views, okay? I'm not saying that I agree, or some things I agree, but that's not. That doesn't saying I agree with that. I'm just saying that's the views they are saying. I mean, we still have 100, and now we have 10,000 views, which is brutal. But we still have 153 subscribers. So I'm just gonna say something, and this is for real because I need to go sleep at this point. If we reach 160 subscribers in the next 10 minutes until 4 a.m. or at least until 11 p.m. for you Eastern time, I'm gonna end the live stream because I need to go. I really need to go. And having 7 subscribers when we have 131 people watching is not difficult, okay? I know I'm saying a lot because I'm really liking to be talking to you, and I'm really surprised by the support we're having. 118 people now. But yeah, most of the people are not from Tennessee. We have 30 votes, and yeah, most of that are not from Tennessee. And now we're at 153 subscribers still. Yeah, I might need to basically end the live stream right now because it's really hard to be here. But we still have a lot of people. If I were in the US, I would have continued now speaking a lot because I would still have time. But now it's almost 4 a.m. here, so it's really brutal. It's really brutal to be here talking about it at that time, at that hour. So if you don't have anything to say, thank you. Keep the good work. Thank you for that comment. It's really kind of you. Now he saw 122 people. I don't know what you're doing, guys. I'm not really saying anything interesting. Again, I'm gonna say that multiple times. I'm not saying anything interesting at all, to be honest. I'm just gonna increase this because I'm gonna have it running out of battery. Again, I just charged my phone until 46%, so I'm gonna be able. I'm using. I now have 137 people watching. I'm just gonna be here until we reach the. Let's just check how much subscribers. 154. We're at only 6. Let's go. 6 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go. I need to drink water because I'm here talking like for 3 hours and I don't know how to do that. Granted, I have no wishes left. Trump, what the hell? You told me I had 3 wishes. You only use 1, Jenny. Hear me. What the hell is that? Rubs even Jenny comes from me. I grant you. Shoot for everything. Got to. 118 people now. 10,000, 10.4 thousand views. 155 subscribers. Only 5 left. Let's go. Let's go. Only 5 left. Let's go. If you need sleep, health is important. It's important, I know. It's important, but I do have some time, and I can schedule things for later tomorrow because at this moment, this thing is more important. I will sleep like 6 or 7 hours, which is also okay. I know it's not perfect, but I will save it the other day. And I slept a little bit before the live stream as well. Not a lot, but it was like 2 or 3 hours. So actually it helped a bit. I used to be MAGA, but I left due to the hate that has taken over the party. That's a great point. I mean, that's a great point for the MAGA people that are there. I don't have any disrespect for you. I'm going to wait something. Why do you hate so much the left? I mean, you can also say that the left hates you as well. And that's also true. But why do you hate the left so much? Why cannot you just have a normal discussion with them? Let's go. 5 subscribers. I'm just waiting for 5 subscribers. Let's go. 160. I'm gonna let you come back to sanity. Well, you're so amazing. I mean, it's really great to be here. 5 subscribers until 160. Let's go. Let's go. 5 subscribers. I just want to end the live stream because I mean, I don't want to end the live stream, but because I still have people. I still have 123 people. But okay. We don't hate them. We just want them to come back to sanity and stop following the cult and actually think. Okay, but I mean, I'm not talking about the normal left. I'm talking about the socialists and the like Mandani, for example. Why are you support? For example, why are people supporting Mandani? I could think, or at least I could have a little bit of empathy in terms of people support Mandani because he's talking about the issues people face, and that is true. Cost of living, rents, all that stuff. It is, but the solutions he proposed, the ones he says about rent caps and all that stuff, that doesn't work. Okay, for example, you want to have rent caps. You have very important, and I mean, I'm not going to say this as a student of economics. So it doesn't matter for here. I'm just going to say my opinion because I had this opinion before, and it's a fact. You have the rent. You have a cap for the rents, and then what will happen? The person who is renting doesn't want to rent anymore because it's not profitable. You can say it is, but for the person itself, it's not, because otherwise he will be renting for less. So he would just adjust something. He would just or either sell a house or just rent the house in the black market without protection to the people that are there living, because they don't have protection. They can just poop people out whether in the time he wants. And that's really the point. And then supermarket owned by the government. That's completely incorrect, economically speaking. Why? Because if you have that, supermarket is the business that you have the less profit margin ever. And you can say they have millions and millions and millions. Yeah, because they have a lot of volume. But it's not because they profit like 2% or less than 2%. Something that the government does costs almost every time twice as much as private institutions or private enterprise doing. So you would say that the government will spend twice as much and will just lose that 2% of profit because it's not made for profit. That will make costs higher than private enterprise, and that will make people going to the private as well. You have an experience of that in Kansas. It's completely horrible. Okay, so that's not policy that will actually work for the people. And I'm saying the life in New York may suck for the lower class people, but that's not the solutions for the problems. Okay, now we're only 4 subscribers away from the 160. Let's go. We're only 4 subscribers away, only 4 minutes away. Donald Trump was asked what the J in the Donald J. Trump stood for, and he said genius. Oh my god, I mean, if that is true, that is just, oh god, what is happening? But that doesn't surprise me, to be honest. We're only 4 away, let's go, 4 away. And we're 4 minutes away until 11 p.m. Really, really, almost 3.5 hours here, 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think I'm going to end the live stream. I'm not going to achieve the 160, but I'm going to end the live stream no matter what. No matter what, because I really need to go. Is Mark Green the representative being replaced? Yes, that is correct. That is correct. He resigned. Trump says to Pence, China is mining too many ores. Pence, what are you going to do? Trump ordered more tariffs to make them mine less. Pence, mine fewer. Shh, don't call me that yet. Oh, God. Okay. 11,000 views. 119 concurrent viewers now. Thank you. And if you are now watching and you didn't subscribe to the channel, subscribe it. But please go to the other videos, watch the videos. I think you're gonna like it. Those are very factual, informative videos. I'm gonna just not say my opinion as I did in this last hour or so. I was here talking. It was really about facts. It was really about demographics, about factual information about the areas, about people, and I really think you're gonna like it. So I'm gonna end the live stream right now. Thank you for your support. And why did you leave office early? I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know. Disagreements? I don't really know. I'm not gonna speculate about that. So thank you, and I am to please subscribe. Thank you as well. Thank you for your subscription as well. And I'll be back soon with more videos, 5 per week, apart from the week of Christmas. Now we're gonna have 2 or none, but at least one we're gonna have. At least I think that's great, because I still want to have at least one video in the week, in the Christmas week. But the rest, I'm gonna be very happy of this result, and we're gonna have exams at university for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so thank you for your support. Thank you for this, and it was amazing to get you all here. It was amazing to win over 30 subscribers, now 157. Thank you, and I cannot say thank you enough times to thank you for this. Okay, but yeah, it's like this. That's gonna end the live stream, and we'll see you next day, probably next year on January, in a live stream about taxonomy, or some like to discuss some topics. I don't know, but yeah, that was live stream, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.